1, 2, 1, 2. Number 1, number 2. Yo, check me out, yo.
Yo, the pee don't piss forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well pee together. Better now than never, pissiness before pleasure. P. Diddy and the fam, who you know do it wetter. Yeah, right, no matter what, we airtight. So when you hear something, make sure you hear right. Don't make an ass out of yourself by assuming these charges sticking, homie. What are you proving? You know that I'm 2 levels above you, baby. Hug me, baby, I'll pee on you and drug you, baby. Fuck, Cuddy, ain't gon' get you nothing but choke. And that jealousy tripping on all that pink coat. The only thing left now is God for this cat. A bunch of federal charges all in my lap. I'ma win cause I'm just a freak for these cats. While they making up facts, whose semen is that?
In the commission, you ask for permission for pissing. He don't like me, piss on him while wifey is with him. You heard of us, the Uranus, most shady. Been on the low lately, housekeepers hate me, the son of a. They say my pissing's too blatant, you hesitating. I'm in the hotel room waiting, duct taping on cam. Destiny lays in my hands, all this piss from my waist. Francis into the age phenomenal. Different bodily fluids all on the abdominal. Rhyme a few bars so I can buy a few cars. Then I kick a few flows so I can piss on some hoes. Yellow is my presence, never tense, never hesitant. Leave a nigga bent real quick. Real sick, raw nights I perform on them. Anyone like mine, woman, magic sun, action, back tongues, ridiculous. And I'm quick to bust if my in you touch. 2 nipples you touch, in this world they clutch. 2 dildos for real though. Used to call them cool, now you call them fucking weirdo. My rap flows, weird as shit. DA ain't killing shit. PNC men keep spilling shit. You overdid it, Holmes. You in the danger zone, cats, you shouldn't be alone. Hold hands and say it like me, the most shady. Diddy baby, fantastic, graphic. Trying to beat a charge and get his ass licked. Parked it quick to spark kids who start shit. CP and only P, the underboss of this freak off through the yours P did.
We got the real live piss from front to back. So the people in the world, where the fuck you at? Where my urinals at? Where my urinals at? Where the fuck my bitches at? Where my urinals at? We got the real live piss from front to back. To the people in the world, where the fuck you at? Where my urinals at? Where my urinals at? Where the fuck my bitches at? Where my urinals at?
It's all fucked up now. What am I gonna do now? Look at this hotel room. It's all fucked up now. What am I gonna do now, huh? It's all fucked up.
Hey, y'all, I got a great new album in the mail today.
B-Dub Beats. Whether you're in the mood for romance or an intimate night of fondling and hardcore fucking. If you're into water sports, this is the soundtrack for you. Let your stream of conscience flow as you rock over B-Dub Beats. 'Cause you know you want it bad as I do. B-Dub Beats. Light her ass up. She said her shoulders hurt, but those B-dub beats were playing. Oh man, some things are worth pulling out for, like B-dub beats. Hear the beats that made Florida Evans drop the punch bowl.
Fantastic album, man. Let me borrow it.
No, my brother. You got to buy your own.
And we're live.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Back in the house.
Back in the effing building.
Yes, it is the FM Podcast 919. I am B-Dub.
Branson.
Hassan, a.k.a. Alpha Dog. Roof, roof.
Buddha, 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 Buddha.
Yes, we've got the crew in the building.
Got to send condolences out to Kelly Joe.
Yes.
Got to send condolences and our thoughts and prayers out to Kelly Joe before we get the show started.
Yes.
Before we get the show started. Our thoughts are with you and our prayers are with you in this time that you're going through. You and the rest of the family. So, you know what I'm saying? Definitely got to get that out first and foremost. Shout out.
Shout out. Cool. So, we're going to start off with our customary intros. Big shout outs to Eighth and Fancy.
Shout out.
All of your adult beverage
All
snacks
of them.
and needs. Then we're going to give a shout out to Dank Drinks.
Shout out.
Mr. Drinks. We're also going to give a shout out to what do we do? Crimey Dealers.
Shout out.
Shout out Crimey Dealers. And then of course the local plug, Please Eat Responsibly.
Shout out. Now, before we get started, got to wish birthdays. Birthdays are coming up.
Yes.
I'll let Buddha do the first birthday shout out.
The most important. Shout out to wifey. Her shit's tomorrow, June 8th. Celebrating these Geminis.
Shout out my sis. Shout out.
Gemini season.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Them crazy ones.
Did I see Cody? Cody had a birthday. Shout out my cousin Cody. Shout out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's about it.
That's it for the birthday shout outs.
Allen Iverson, his birthday. His birthday just passed.
Cam had a
Turned 50.
birthday. My cousin Cam had a birthday.
Hallie's evil lookalike. Yeah. I meant to hit Cam up like with Halliburton doing all this shit, and you look just like that.
He in trouble.
You look just like that dude.
He in a little bit of trouble.
My cousin looked just like Halliburton.
Shout out to Charles in the chat.
Oh, definitely shout out Charles. Charles be with us every Saturday
week.
and ride the whole show out.
What's good?
You know what I'm saying? So got to give him his shout out.
Oh yeah, for sure. Cool. So, the week was pretty decent.
The weather is starting to get hot and
I'm
humid.
starting to get pissed off at all this rain.
Yeah, I have too.
That's all that's in the forecast.
I know. That's why I'm getting pissed off.
These damn mosquitoes is relentless.
Yeah.
You can't even be outside not even 1 minute. They tap me your ass multiple times. I come in the house, I'm scratching like 4 or 5 places.
I'm going to do you one even further than that. We just had a playoff baseball game from a season that was supposed to be over 3 weeks ago. And it's not over yet because they won.
Wow.
Hey,
and it always rains. The rain has these fields. Like, hey, don't touch them fields if they wet.
Shout out to all the kids
And then you
that
got
are
to get in the damn van too. Yeah, you hit me up.
Yeah, it's season almost over, pimping.
Shout
Season
out to
almost
the
over
kids
right
who
before
are
they go
about-
down south, bro. You already know the vibe.
Shout out to the kids who are about to graduate, you move up to the next level.
Yeah,
And
right.
kids are getting out next week, so I hope the parents are ready.
Why is everything so elaborate with these graduations lately?
Graduations,
Well,
proms, like
know,
I mean, it's a great celebration, but they
One
put
in a lifetime thing.
it.
No, I know what dub means though. This is the generation of those.
You got to be seen.
Narcissistic.
Yeah, this is the generation where I did it all on my own. I did it with no, especially the ones who did it on their own with no help. I got to show out.
I was talking to one of my homegirls. Like, if you've seen how proms have gotten so out of control now, they pulling up in chariots and stuff like that. Like, it's just.
I mean, really, is it out of control?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
It's creativity.
It's not creativity.
It's why? It's their prom.
You know what this is? Like we always talking about. This is the eye of attention. This is the social media age. You're trying to do something.
Look at me.
You know, you're trying to do something.
I mean, I get you. I mean, it's a viral moment. I get you.
I ain't gonna lie. After I graduated college, I went to work.
You're bringing unwarranted attention to yourself.
That's the whole thing.
No. It's warranted. It's not. It's definitely warranted.
I mean, it is a prom. Not a lot of people. You
remember, it used to be something as simple as the corsage.
Yeah.
Well, again, so this is where we got
to basic.
Hold on, time out.
And trying to figure out how you gonna get there.
No, that's not. No, we can't do that. You know why? Because
why?
The reason why we're able to say that because we didn't have the internet.
No.
Yeah, because if we had the internet around prom time, we'd be doing.
But no. This is what I mean. But this is my point. This is my point.
I mean, I'm saying that's you.
These kids shouldn't be on social media anyway. These are children. They're still children, not even adults yet. So they shouldn't even really be that in tune with social media. That's why I mean by the world has changed. The internet has changed everything.
And you're putting all this money into something that at the end of the day, you could put it into something else.
I mean, if some people, if they got it, I mean, who am I to say, hey, don't say, I mean, I have no problem with it. Is it? Have I seen some over the top ones? Of course, because you always gonna have somebody gonna want to outdo the person that probably they seen their prom or graduation video that went viral.
The thing that's bad about that is it puts this image into the heads of this other generation that you got to outdo this.
I don't think so.
I ain't gonna say it's bad.
I don't think so.
I ain't gonna say it's bad, but it's still like I said. It's just all about
when I'm saying
attention.
You're putting pressure on. You know, you're trying to live up to these.
That's peer pressure. That's what they're going through.
Right.
Remember when we were kids, and our peer pressure was about a prom. I don't care how I'm pulling up in the prom. What's happening?
I didn't care about prom.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna say that.
The only thing I cared about prom was after the
who
prom.
I'm going
I
with.
don't even think I went to prom.
I went to both of mine.
I was on
junior
restriction.
and senior year prom.
I was supposed to go.
I didn't care about the prom at all. All I cared about was what was going on after the prom.
And I'm glad I didn't go.
Well, I see. I like I said, me is different because I went to my junior and senior year prom. You feel what I'm saying?
Shout out to the shirts in here tonight. Like I see a Trial Called Quest shirt. Shout out to that shirt. And then I see a Rick James shirt. Like definitely shout out to that. Yeah, shout out to the
make it a point
tonight.
not to wear it 2 weeks in a row.
Right.
Niggas watching think I'm bummy and shit.
Yeah, it is what it is. They can have whatever thoughts they want.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying.
That's your peer pressure.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, it's no different than when we grew up. Only difference is they got their attention can be widely viewed globally.
I think it's different because we weren't trying to impress
other people.
Bullshit. No, I ain't gonna do
Not to that extent.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, we were.
The only people
You were
that
worried
we
about your
looked
school.
at-
Man,
Listen,
Wherever you went to eat.
the only people we were looking to impress were our people in our inner circle. Like that was it.
You also impressed trying to get a certain girl, or if you.
But I had her with me.
Come on, man. I'm not even. I can't even walk that aisle with you because for me, for those of us who want to be real about the shit, we were doing the same thing. The only difference was we had to literally do something. Like, say for instance, you went to a school dance, and if you wanted one of the top dancers in the school, then y'all had to dance off. You really had to do it. The only difference is here, social media, they can do it amongst themselves. They can set it up, coordinate it, so it makes it look perfect. Us, we had to actually get out here and actually engage. So we didn't have anything to magnify other than recording it and after the fact. They get to do it like right current. So we still wanted to outdo somebody, like somebody outdress somebody, or somebody outdance somebody.
That wasn't what.
And we had that's y'all. I'm not saying you as an individual, but we're not gonna say our generation wasn't doing the same thing too. We had people trying to outcompete somebody else. The only difference is this generation has the internet to magnify what they're doing. Put more eyes on what they're doing. That's all.
The ignorant parent who gets the attention with their child too.
I mean, I wouldn't call it, because I have no problem with it as long as it's not nothing over the top or tacky. You feel what I'm saying? Something that's not, Other than that, I mean, hey, to each his own. That's all. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, the focus. Like I said, everybody just wants more attention on themselves now. Bigger lens.
That attention is too much, man. It's pissing me off. I didn't go to prom at all because I heard you had to pay for the girl's ticket, and I was like, "Fuck that!"
Hey, shout out to all the prom babies.
Shout out to all the prom babies.
A lot of y'all popped up.
Yeah,
right when we,
a lot of y'all popped up during prom.
Congratulations.
Charles said, "Who wants to be at the prom all night smelling like horse ass?"
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was worried about trying to figure out what I was doing that night, whether it was her or a party or something. But
if she's with me, I'm already. It's already in the bag. You know what I'm saying? It's
not necessarily.
Set.
She might have just been going for the. She might have just been going for the
so
look.
that thing was in the bag. We out. Yeah, it's going down.
She might have just been going for the look. I might have still been out there fishing for the night, because prom night, anything is liable to happen. Yeah. So but that's how mine was. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I ain't knocking it. All I'm just saying is we were trying to outcompete somebody, some shape or form.
Oh, happy birthday to my boy Black. His birthday was yesterday.
Hey.
Yeah, got to give Black a birthday shout out.
Cool. So let's get into these topics, because Diddy this week, the Diddy Trial has been going on.
Hey, shout out to that intro I heard too.
What intro?
Yours.
Where them urinals at?
Nice. Yeah. You know, Dub. Then he'll be like, "Who? What?"
No, I didn't know what he was talking about at first. I'm like, what intro? I didn't know I thought he was talking about the intro to the podcast when we introduced ourselves. I'm like,
no, you're talking about the music intro coming into the intro.
Well, I do my thing with parody songs, but yeah. This week in court, we had Diddy in the Diddy trial. What was this, week 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just week 4 that passed, and I guess the big name this time was allegedly 50 Cent's baby mom taking the stand, who turned out to be a pass-around. Diddy was just smashing that thing.
That's
for
why.
the very low price.
That's why 50 mad. That's why 50 got all the jokes.
Yeah, 50 upset because he put a baby in that, and
Diddy done had it in a freak off.
Yeah, for 10,000, which is a very small sum.
He's mad because, like you say, you've included me in this foolishness.
Yeah,
third partly.
Yeah, that's third-hand embarrassment for 50.
You've embarrassed me. And I'm not even the one who did it. Like, this is so. Yeah, I can understand why 50 mad about that.
Mom and Diddy had oiled up.
Yeah. So yeah, she was giving her testimony on the stand, talking about she was hitting a wall. She said Diddy was making her perform. She worked hard for that money. I can say that. And she was having her period and stuff, and Diddy was like, the show must go on. So apparently, Diddy was running red lights. I guess that's a nice way of saying it.
Correct.
And the sad part is, after everything we've heard, that's the least shocking, you know?
I mean, right now, there's nothing that would even remotely surprise me about Diddy. Like,
I think
nothing.
every bodily fluid you can think of Diddy has rubbed on his nipples.
Diddy a wild dude. Diddy about that life.
His freak offs.
He had the right word for it.
Freak off.
He had the right word for them, because that's exactly what they were.
That's his version of his freak off.
Yeah, so it looks like basically this Jane Doe, or Jane as they were known, is saying Diddy is still paying her rent. as we speak. So
So basically, her testimony is tainted.
it's pretty much, yeah, it kind of is. So it looks like in March of 2023, she said she and Combs made an agreement that he would pay her a monthly allowance. And he said $10,000, and that was the allowance.
Where we hear that monthly allowance from before? Who else say that?
That we hear that every night on them damn dating shows.
No, I'm talking about monthly allowance.
That he was paying these broads. That's what he was doing.
Shannon Sharp. I was saying,
They
Shannon
pay
Sharp.
these broads.
They had monthly allowance.
And they stills tell.
I mean, you paying for them regardless. If you paying for them to take them out or get their hairdo or buy them a purse, you paying for it. All they doing is they just give you a set allowance.
I don't want nobody like that.
But you are doing it regardless, whether she's.
I guess when you guapped off,
$10,000 to do.
I mean, when you guapped up like that, I guess you know.
I mean,
like, ain't nothing.
It comes natural, but as a regular guy, just the everyday,
You
don't
don't-
want to pay for your affection.
But you are paying for
You're
it.
not paying for her affection. You're paying her to shut the hell up.
I
You're
don't.
paying for her
You pay-
upkeep and
you
well-being
paying
now,
for her to sit her ass
I
down
don't
and she
wanna
don't fuck
pay,
with nobody
like-
else.
and for
You
her to
doing
freak
that.
off.
The regular dudes do it. The regular dudes doing
I
that.
don't have a problem doing it, but I'm not leading like that.
You are. If you
No,
want,
I'm not.
if you are keeping your woman and you are making part of her being happy is her financial stability as well as physical stability. Can you protect her?
If we're not married, that is not my problem.
Even
I
if you're
can
not
help
married,
you.
if you
money, though.
listen,
I mean, yes, but as a regular, everyday, average
Oh,
guy,
no, I wouldn't do that
I
as-
got
No,
bills
I
and
know.
stuff like
No,
that.
no.
I cannot lead like here's
that's
money
not what I'm
and this
saying.
how I'm trying to keep you around.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you still technically doing it because you have to take her out. You have to, birthdays, special occasions, you have to do something if you're going to continue to fuck her. So you're doing it. Only difference is these guys that has the bread saying, listen, I'm going to go ahead and give you your shit. You feel what I'm saying? This is what you get every once a month. And yeah, you on call. But as a regular dude, you are doing the same thing. If you want to keep a woman around, you have to come out of your pockets.
No,
yes,
you
the fuck you
don't.
do. You gotta take her out.
No,
you don't take your girl. You don't take your woman out.
You have to.
Do you not take
have
your
to
woman
do
out?
those things, but what I'm saying is you don't have to lead financially.
That's not what I'm saying. You're missing my point. What I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is you are still doing it. For us regular men to keep a woman around, you must spend financially. That is taking
true.
her out. That is special occasions, getting her hair done, her nails done. You do it, bro. All right, man.
No.
What,
But
you-
that's y'all though.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, I would be that way if I had money, because I'm expecting a
But
certain
he's saying
behavior.
for a regular guy.
I'm
like-
saying what I'm saying is
then.
if
So,
you are dating her monogamous, meaning you ain't seeing nobody else. You locked in with her. You are spending some money. You ain't fucking her and just she coming over here, you going over her house. You gotta do something. So that's all I'm just saying. Ain't nobody, you ain't gonna I don't know. You probably can, but the average man, if you are locked in monogamous relationship, you have to spend some type of money. That's taking her out to eat, and depending on how deep your relationship is, you know what I'm saying, get her hair done, nails done. Yeah, that shit plays. I know I've done it. And that's not saying I'm leading with money. It's just she's involved with me and I'm involved with her.
My
And then
thing if I'm getting your hair and nails done, then you're kind of depending on me to do that.
no,
I
she's
don't
not.
wanna-
That's not necessarily she's
I
depending
don't
on you to
wanna
do
open that door up. Now, every blue moon, yeah, if I got it, possibly, but don't depend on me to do your upkeep. That's your upkeep. I don't depend on you to
Again,
do
what
mine.
I'm saying is you want your lady to look a certain type of way, right?
She's going to look a certain type.
No,
of
no,
way.
no. She has her look. But I'm just saying, maybe you just like, hey, I like your nails get done. You might continue to get that done without even her asking. This, I don't know. Like I said, if I date a woman and if we're locked in, meaning we're not seeing nobody else. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna go out to eat. I gotta spend some money, Every now and then she might do it, but most likely since how I'm molded, I'm a protector / provider. I know it's you're leading with money, kind of, sort of. You feel what I'm saying? You are, because you have to for each other to continue to be around. You're not gonna be in a house all the time. You gotta go out somewhere. So when you go out, you spend some money, and depending on how long y'all around each other. You might pay a bill here and there. You might get her nails done, hair done, that type of shit. And that's not her depending on it. You her man. I mean, that's some of the things that you, in my opinion, you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Those are some of the things you're supposed to do. Now, Charles said that this woman on the stand mentioned that Diddy would have her some nights getting knocked off by 3 dudes back to back to back for like 18 hours straight.
So she earning that 10 racks.
Yeah, she earning that 10K, boy. Diddy's getting the most bang for his buck, literally.
And that's the reason why 50 mad as hell, because 50 damn,
probably spent way more than that.
He does. And the fact that this man spending less than him and he got his baby mom turned out.
And she was doing all types of infections.
But it's 50 chicken, fault. A cuckold, something. There's a lot of shit going on right now.
He's a cuck.
It was 50 who introduced her to that life.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
It's but cuck is one of them.
It's a lot. It is
he's beyond cuck.
Lot of stuff going on.
Cucking.
Cocktails,
man. That's definitely what he's doing.
Yeah. So,
but we don't kink shame. Hey, if that's what he get off on, that's what he get off on.
Yeah. She says she was having to take antibiotics every week for her urinary and yeast infections.
Yeah, she sounds like she been ran through.
Yeah, she was.
It doesn't sound like she was.
Yeah, she was.
It doesn't sound like she was ran through.
She was getting ran through, boy.
Yeah, I'll be mad too, 50. Your baby mom get ran through.
I mean, come on now. You done brought me in this trial. I don't even mess with Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
Track meet, yo. Like,
you done brought me into this trial. I don't even rock with this dude. Like, oh man, I'm livid, and then find out you is a full-fledged smut. Yeah. I mean, like a full-fledged.
You with all the shit?
All the shit.
I mean, well, shit. I mean,
all of them.
You can't say with so much. You had a child with her.
She said Combs asked her to get her nipples pierced, and she went on and did it.
That's basic. That's light.
Basic shit.
Yeah, man, this girl is
that's
a freak.
A Monday.
It just Diddy able to get the freakness out of him. That's all.
That money that money.
Right, exactly. He a billionaire. What the fuck?
She was asked what protection she and the men used during hotel nights, and she said none.
The armor of God.
Hey, I've been seeing this on the internet. You think Diddy got AIDS?
Nah.
People have been saying
Diddy
might have HIV.
Listen, these high society motherfuckers, they get
even if they do,
those
even
people.
You know what I mean, I'm not saying they still can't. So let me say that.
There's so much medicine out these days since HIV and AIDS first started. You know, like that. I've been seeing other little stories.
When you a billionaire and you a billionaire, you got access to shit that regular.
And remember, if they
will never get home.
They wouldn't let Magic stay alive this long. Like they would not allow Magic to prosper like this.
Just put it like this: you've heard more people dying of COVID
than
HIV
positive. What?
You've heard of more people dying of COVID than HIV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh well.
I don't know. They be covering up the AIDS death. They don't tell you they died from HIV. They tell you they died from pneumonia.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. That's what they say. You died.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Nobody really dies from AIDS. They die from an AIDS-related symptom.
No,
and that's only if you don't take medication.
Because your immune system can't fight them joints off no more. So you succumb to those symptoms.
When it comes to Puff, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't living that type of lifestyle.
So that means now look at other high celebrity women that he was with.
Yeah,
like Jennifer Lopez and shit like that.
Well, I don't know if he had it then when he was dating J-Lo. Because these freak-offs started, 07, they said?
No, the freak-offs started before J-Lo. After J-Lo.
I would say that he been freaking off.
He was freaking off. He was freaking off before. This shit was going on in the 90s,
Since that nigga got money, he been freaking off.
Look, if Big Papa was here, he'd probably be
Oh
like,
my.
look,
Right.
if Big Papa was here, he'd probably be like, yeah, we were freaking off back
Right.
then too.
Yeah, them niggas was freaking off then. This nigga
So,
been doing it for a minute.
Yeah, so yeah. This girl was on the stand crying all the time over these hotel nights. So
Charles said, 50 said, have a baby by me.
be a millionaire. But he lied. That's what Charles said. So yeah. Other than that, I didn't really hear anything else this week other than from
all
this.
it is just like I said, it's just embarrassing. It's not even embarrassing because
it's just exposing.
It's just exposing
It's more like an expose.
Right, that's all. It's exposing his sex
I
life.
still haven't seen concrete evidence to make me think Diddy is a trafficker.
No, it's not a trafficker or what's the other one? Sex trafficking and racketeering. Nothing.
Like I said, if they're going by the letters of the law,
Man.
He's a criminal.
Moving sex workers across state line.
He didn't move it.
He didn't move him.
He didn't move
that
them.
Punisher dude is from New York.
If you're flying them in, though,
He didn't
I'm sure
fly
you
him
were.
in. They didn't come with him.
Yeah, they flew in on their own. Free
Yeah,
will.
he didn't. They didn't fly
like
with
hop
him.
him on a plane with
Right.
him.
Nevertheless, like
He
I
didn't
said,
come- they
if
didn't
you
come
want
with
to
him.
go by the line of the law,
They're trying to
that's
use-
what it is.
no, they're
Just like
trying-
with the
that's a-
line of the
that's
law,
a
when you
stretch.
ask that girl
That's
mom
a
for
stretch.
when you ask that girl mom for 20 grand,
No
They
record
don't-
of that.
20 grand because she was signed to the label and probably owed the label money.
Right.
that was not what they said. They
What
said
they
that
say it was
for Puffy not to release a sex
That's
tape.
what her mom said.
But nevertheless,
But there's no
there's
no
no
record
record.
of that.
her record, her
Man,
shit.
no, man. You're not
So
doing
people
that.
haven't been convicted off of people's words.
Hearsay.
her mother has an interest in her.
She
and her
has an
daughter
axe
just
to
got
grind.
like 30 million?
Right. All these people that the prosecution has put up has an axe to grind with Diddy. That's it. Every last one of them. And they've been punching holes in the latest few. His personal assistant, she tried to say he raped they grape her and stuff like
thing is
that.
this.
They've
What
been
proof-
punching holes in this shit.
What proof does Cassie's mom have that this 20,000 was for the blackmail?
There
any
isn't.
text messages?
I'm just
that-
telling
He
you.
said just because she said it.
I'm just telling you what I heard. That you know what was said. I didn't
Hearsay
go
doesn't
deep
convict
into
people,
it.
man.
Like I say, we'll see how
It's called
how it
reasonable
plays
doubt.
out. I will.
And as of right now, there's reasonable doubt.
Yeah, because
You're
I
only
mean,
halfway
I'm not
through
even
this,
saying
too.
this didn't happen. I'm just saying you got to prove something like
I'm
that.
not saying it did or
We're
didn't happen.
halfway
I'm
through the
going by
trial.
what
Ain't
people
nothing.
said.
We're
Yeah,
halfway
the trial's
through.
supposed to be done at the end of June.
Yeah, we're halfway
Yeah.
through the trial, and ain't nothing is out there saying, "Oh yeah, he did it." If you saying it is because you're hating, or you pissed off, and you just want blind justice. It's not facts.
Yeah, and this woman is just testifying while Diddy's paying her rent.
Like,
Yeah, I said it.
What is hating?
Hating.
I'm
What
not
you mean?
going. I'm not going.
I
to,
didn't
I'm not
say
going
you.
To,
I just said people. If a person,
it's-
hold on, listen
it's
to
a
what. No.
person's opinion,
You're
and they
not
can sit
listening.
there-
You're not listening to what I said. If a person, as of right now, based off what's been coming out, there's nothing that's convicted him to sex trafficking or racketeering. If you one of the many that's still sitting here, oh, he's guilty, that's blind justice that you want, or you just hating altogether. There's no facts that's convicting this man of what they're trying to charge him with. That's it.
Yeah, that is true.
We'll see. I don't think he's getting off, but we'll
getting
see.
off.
I mean, he's going to get something. I don't know.
Time served.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
it. Time served.
Yeah. 'cause-
And let's play this devil advocate that he do somehow get convicted. He gonna get out on the pardon. What? Federal pardon. It's a federal charge. He gonna get a federal pardon. Done. So in other words, when this trial over, whether he's guilty or not, the nigga coming home.
yeah, he is.
We'll see.
Yeah, and he's gonna have the freak off of all freak offs.
Right.
They're gonna be flyers for the freak off.
They're already
ain't
it's
gonna
like
be
they
no
already
flyers.
were.
They ain't gonna be no flyers. They gonna have a concrete
That's
ass
how he got.
motherfucker.
That's how he got stuck in the first place,
this
being
is gonna
too
be-
out there with his business.
He wasn't
It's
out
the
there
free
with
Diddy
it.
freak off.
He wasn't out there with it.
What you mean? If I know what he was doing, he was out there with it.
You don't know. You going off what somebody said. You don't know.
If they've been talking about Puffy and his wild parties for 20 years.
Right. Again, we don't, us individuals that's talking about it, we don't know because we're not physically there. We're going off with people that was there, you know what I'm saying, what they said. That's all I'm just saying, which that is facts.
Yeah, and all we hearing is just people getting peed on and getting urinary tract infections under their own free will.
Yeah. That's all. We talking about somebody who has over the top
semen games.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's stupid.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. You try to
The boy just a freak, man. He just a
You
freak.
try to convict a man of his sex life. That's it.
Yeah.
That's crazy work right there.
Whatever he
There are
does with his
laws against
sperm,
that.
you know what I mean? That's ugh.
She said the longest stint was 3.5 days over New Year's 2022.
Ran through her ass for 3.5 days.
She did not sleep at all and stayed awake with ecstasy. The shortest hotel night was 12 hours long. When asked how she stayed awake, she answered ecstasy, caffeine, water, and protein shakes. Bottled from the source.
I know 50 will eat that.
Think
nigga.
about Wee Wee would have fell off after I think. You know how long that is?
Yeah?
Them niggas, hey, that's why they had to take turns.
I'm sorry. That's just too much fucking.
My shit hurting right now just thinking about it.
Yeah, that's too much.
How long that is, yo?
I know, that's crazy long.
I just thought about that.
I don't have 3 days straight to dedicate
right.
to just fucking.
Right.
You know how long that is?
Especially
That's super long.
Right.
Pause.
Hey, you said this stress. You know, look, it is. Yeah, she getting work.
Yeah, she was getting that marathon in, and it's all for 120K.
That is not
a year.
So now,
Well, we'll see how this winds up and stuff. We'll see. What's next?
Okay.
Last time that I checked.
Besides Diddy, of course, the big thing this week was Donald Trump and Elon Musk having their back and forth.
oh yes,
Yes, it reminded me of Cardi B and Offset, the way they were
going on too.
going at each other. But Elon revealed the major reason why the Epstein files haven't been released, and he said apparently it's because Trump's name is inside of those documents, and I guess that's why they're blocking the release of it. Are y'all familiar with the origins of the Elon Donald Trump beef?
Yeah, I am.
Oh yeah. Well, it started because of the big beautiful bill, and Elon had
Actually go before that.
What happened before that?
How he got that shiner on his eye, that black eye.
Didn't he fight somebody?
It was Treasury. Donald Trump Treasury Estate.
Somebody fought him.
He jacked his ass up. He got that shiner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look, Trump was like, yeah, we was trying to tell him, put some makeup on it. So then he's like, nah.
He want the world to see that ass.
See that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how I was up there.
This is the first time I've heard one white man to tell another white man to go back to Africa. There's a first time for everything now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, what it really is just the thing. The reason why Mr. Elon he's mad because that big beautiful bill that Trump is trying to get pushed through into law is cutting out some of the things that's affecting his business. Some of the grants and stuff that he was getting from NASA is fucking with him. So now he like, look, motherfucker, I got your punk ass up here in office, right? And now you trying to backdoor me with this big beautiful bill, and you trying to push me up out of here, out of the White House.
The thing is,
all that pay to play is coming in hand. That's all it is.
You did a deal with the devil because the thing is this.
Which devil? Which devil is the devil?
Yeah, which
either
devil?
one of them you want to go
three devils
with.
in.
But Trump has now picked a fight with the richest man in the world. Just not some average guy that you can just talk.
Right.
This man, and
he already threatened. Trump already threatened him, saying, "Hey, listen, if you take any money and you back any Democrat candidate, you're gonna be retribution coming."
Not just that. Okay, so boom, they were besties. What? Back when or whatever. So when you're besties,
just recently,
you kind of come across some things that you know about your bestie and stuff.
Right,
like
of course.
That
Share some sensitive
we
shit.
just cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You let me look at your government stuff and stuff like that. Like, you know, but just bestie stuff. Now, y'all done fell out. Mm-hmm. This girl fight going on. Mm-hmm. How much does your bestie know?
He knows
That's
enough.
the question.
He knows enough.
How much
Remember,
information does your
remember
bestie know?
Doge got a lot of sensitive ass material. So he knows a lot.
That's what I'm saying. So this fight
and the Supreme Court gave him permission to go through the IRS and Social Security.
So people were saying that fight was a distraction for the American people to focus on that and not the Supreme Court passing shit.
Exactly. And see, that's the whole thing what I be trying to tell people what Trump is doing. He's doing a lot of bullshit to keep your eyes off the prize. They're eroding the Constitution right here in front of our faces. They sitting here, your due process. I'm gonna tell you why. Look, that dude from Maryland shipped his ass all the way to El Salvador. Bring his ass all the way back from El Salvador, just to charge him with human trafficking. Now, if that's
why are they charging them with human trafficking?
It's some bullshit. That's what I'm saying. Cause now motherfuckers like, oh, there it is. I like, listen, they already done. If he done did that shit, number one, if they wanted him real bad, he would have never got sent to El Salvador. You feel what I'm saying? You're not gonna send him back to his home country just to bring him back to charge him with some shit that he was cleared of. Yeah. Mind you, he was cleared of that shit. In Tennessee. So he's in Tennessee. So they bring him back from El Salvador. He's in Tennessee right now on no bond, federal charges. So that's due process. His due process has been violated. Now the Supreme Court giving Doge the okay to get sensitive material, Social Security, the IRS. So that means this man gonna have, his company's gonna have all our information that they pretty much can manipulate. So it's basically coming down to, people, you better have your money right, because if not, it ain't no pick me. It's like how much you got, how much money you got.
So this Elon Trump relationship is over.
Oh yeah, it's over. It's about to get nasty. It's already nasty.
How nasty is that?
You can't. You talking about you chipping at somebody's ego. You talking about the richest man in the world, one of the richest men in the world. You chipping at his ego.
I mean, you throwing the Epstein files out there like
right, exactly.
On day one, exactly.
And then on top of that, you following up by one of his signature bills that he trying to get pushed. You basically telling everybody, "Hey, y'all, don't fuck with that bill. If any senator sit there and sign that shit, he's selling y'all out." He's selling y'all out. They cutting Medicaid and Medicare. They cutting Social Security.
If it gets ugly,
it is ugly.
No, it's not ugly.
No, it is ugly.
Oh, it's just getting started.
No, if it gets ugly, Trump will be back up on what you call it. What was he on his last term?
Impeachment.
Yeah, he'll be up for impeachment, because that's nasty, because now you're dealing, like you say.
More articles of impeachment.
Only way that will happen is, number one, you got to wait till after the midterms that's coming up. Once the midterms come up, trust and believe, Republicans going to lose a lot of seats in the House as well as the Senate. And when that happens, then and only then, the swell will come up. Because the thing about it is, a lot of these people are starting to see, and see, this is another thing what they're not playing. In these red districts, they're getting their head, these senators and these House of Representatives, they getting their ass cussed the fuck out behind this Trump shit. And that's why they've been telling them, don't hold no events. Every senator, every House of Representative Republican is getting chewed out behind this Doge, as well as this damn terrorist bullshit.
I just want to interject real quick. Shout out to my dad. My dad's a real nigga. He calls these people on a regular basis.
Yeah, my dad.
He calls his congressmen. He calls his congress people on a regular basis, yo.
All the time.
Shout out to my dad. Shout out, Rock.
Says the Congress, no more first name basis. know that it's Robert Hill on the phone.
So the thing about it is, Even though we getting all these distractions, he's literally fucking with your goddamn pockets. It's not Social Security. The most sensitive things that no president has ever want to touch: Medicaid, Medicare, as well as Social Security. Those three things, they're about to tap in that shit. Due process. They already challenged that shit. They already done sent a handful of Americans back home to countries that they not from.
Well, we will see how this plays out. I don't know. Like, it definitely does have the chance of getting uglier. Like I say, when you played the Epstein card, like, that was ugly.
Yeah,
like,
but he needs that money for SpaceX, so he's probably gonna kiss Trump's ass.
I mean, if you really look at it, even if they were to take the money from him, he already got all the sensitive material from Doge. He got it.
Yeah.
So he can get that shit back 4-5 times more than what the government getting him through grants and shit like that.
Well, what are they finna do now that the Supreme Court gave him permission? Doesn't Doge have the access?
Doge has permission to look. So now all your Social Security, your IRS shit, he got that shit. So you ain't gonna think he ain't gonna know how to make more money off of that shit. He got all sensitive shit, all Americans. Let that hang out there, people. I don't give a damn. You white, black, Chinese, red, blue, yellow. He got your sensitive material.
Well,
yeah, that's a scary thought. But they're gonna make up. That's the one thing I know. Evil like this can't go against each other.
Well, I mean, how you mean make up? Because remember, Trump, this is it. He only got 4 years.
Yeah, but
I didn't mean to cut you off. I would go with you if he had an option to rerun. He don't. So
he already walked back a threat to decommission SpaceX.
Right, because he needs some. Because like I said, based off his platform,
they both need each other.
I know that's why
they
I
both
said
need each other, but it just depends on how narcissistic they plan on being. If they don't let their egos get in the way, they'll squash.
I don't think Elon really don't need Trump. Remember, he helped Trump get there, so he don't need Trump. He got the money. Even if Trump was able to cut the grants and shit that he getting,
he kind of needs Trump for the support aspect because Trump's giving you support that you didn't have before.
What type of support?
Because you're with Trump. That brings a whole new base to you.
Right
or wrong?
True, no, because he got the biggest megaphone on the planet. That's X. You got billions of people that's up there, and they get their information off of there. He has a way to suppress certain things, to manipulate the algorithm, so you constantly get one specific thing. So when you beating somebody in the head like that, all over the globalization that he got his handprint on, he's helping Trump.
Yeah, but
so hold on. So he got all of this.
The president of the most known country in the world, and he is the most powerful man in the country.
And he's the most powerful man in the world. So let me say, Trump only got a certain term. He's gonna be powerful whether Trump in office or not. He's not one of the richest men in the world for no reason. He helped Trump. Trump didn't help him. He had his money before Trump. Let me get this straight. He got more money than Trump people got money. No, his dad got money, not Trump. Trump ain't got no money.
True.
So Elon is powerful than Trump. Trump just got the most powerful military that's backing him. That's it. But when it comes to dollar for dollar, that type shit, nigga, you ain't even on my level. Boom, get your ass up out of here.
Yeah. Charles said he believes Trump is on them Epstein files and he wouldn't put it past him that he's on some of Puffy's freak off tapes.
He is. Come on, man. Listen, Trump. See, this is
in those days.
Anybody that's from the tri-state area. Shout out to all my people from New York and New Jersey. Tri-state area knows about Trump. Trump, before this old so-called racist tyrant rant that he's supposed to be doing, which he just acting. He wanted to be around anybody that's cool. It didn't matter whether you was black, white. If you had the vibe, he was there. He was at parties. Remember, look at most of our all-time hip-hop artist.
Starting his resume.
They
That's
sit
what
here
he was
pumping
doing.
him up in his lines and shit. Nas,
He was getting
Jay-Z.
He was getting his resume started. Back
Exactly.
then. He was like,
lining himself up with.
I got money, but I don't really know nobody. So now let me go ahead and start finding friends, I'll say, or starting
Brushing
to get
shoulders.
associates.
Brushing shoulders.
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. That's basically what happened. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
he's
like I
on the
said,
files.
the whole he's an attention seeker. You know what I'm saying? He's an attention seeker, and if you play to his tunes just enough, he'll give you whatever the fuck you want. As long as you be like, hey Trump, you the shit. You the motherfucker smartest motherfucker. Oh word, yeah, get that man that grant. Get that nigga that grant. Get it to him. Goddamn.
Well, we'll see. We'll definitely see how it plays out. It just got started. What, Thursday? Thursday when they fell out.
Actually, it was
Wednesday?
Actually, it was like
When they really fell out, like when
a week
when they
ago.
were on Twitter, like Thursday is when they really started.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see where this goes.
Yes.
We gotta give a shout out to Simply Deep 1985 in the chat. What
Shout
up?
out. Appreciate you checking in. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good
We need
stuff.
that 10,000 people. We need that 10,000 subscribers. Help us get us there.
All right, what we got?
Okay, well, I wanted to discuss the Louisiana inmates and the white one that in Arkansas. He was caught.
Yeah, the police officer was caught.
Yeah, well, I'll start with the Arkansas escaped inmate because he was caught, and this is a happy story. So, a former murderer, rapist, police chief escaped from the Arkansas prison.
Walk right out.
Yep, walk right out. Grand Hardin.
We need to know how did this man, since we got the lowdown how all these black men got out of, we need to know how this white man walked out of prison.
Yeah, and he's 56. He's
Yeah.
been on the run for 10 days after breaking out in May 25th, and he was wearing a makeshift law enforcement uniform.
How did he get that?
That is a very good question.
See what I'm saying?
They're investigating.
And see, this is the thing I be talking about. We got the lowdown on the Negroes.
Job.
You're right. It is an inside job. I want to know. He got law enforcement gear on.
Mm-hmm. So he was captured Friday. Looks like a mile and a half west of the prison ground. So he was only
He wasn't even far.
Tracking dogs picked his scent up, and he was apprehended
He was
a short
lost.
time
That's
later.
what he was. He
Go
was
get
lost.
them. Go get them extra 25. Go get them.
He had a
Go get
license
them other.
anyway.
Go
He
get them
wasn't
other.
going nowhere.
Look, go back and get a Supermax this time. Y'all too easy on some of these dudes just running freely. Supermax.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, so they picked him up, identified him through his fingerprints, and then transferred him to the Varner Supermax unit in Gould,
Supermax.
Arkansas.
23-hour lockdown.
Supermax.
This is where he will be housed moving forward.
He only get 30 minutes.
He will be interviewed in an effort to find any meaningful details that give a better idea of both the escape and his time on the run. So, I don't know. Is he just going to willingly give that information up?
I mean, you ain't got nothing else to do.
Well, I mean, why would he? Why would he?
You ain't got nothing else to do.
Why would he?
They just get ready to put you on Supermax. So what else do you got to do with your time?
Why do they get
why I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna get out of? Y'all about to sit me somewhere where I don't have no contact with nobody.
Like
you gotta give me something in return for me to tell you.
I hope this isn't a freebie.
Yeah, this ain't no free shit. This gonna cost. This information gonna cost.
You gonna get 2 hours out.
Nah, 5 little Debbies a week.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'll be like 50
Nah,
cent,
that ain't gonna last.
Motherfucker, I want a steak. I want a steak once a month.
I mean, my boy gonna be like, look, we don't need the information. You going up either way, but it'd be nice if you talk to us about it.
And on his end, well, let's go. Shit, I ain't got nothing to lose. You gonna give me more time than I already got. So what the fuck? You're not telling me nothing that's gonna scare me into telling you I'm fucked. I've been fucked.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I left.
Yeah. So,
okay.
I'm here on a life sentence.
Yeah.
I'm never going home. So you telling me that shit gonna do what? You just gonna piss me off. I might just spit in your face just for saying that shit.
Yeah. So it looks like, he wasn't really going to get far because the area he's in is surrounded by many
swamp.
caves. Well, not swamps, but caves. They have a lot of cave systems. which are places for him to hide. Unfortunately, caves are very dangerous because there are animals inside of them. And they have bears in Arkansas. So
if you do get out, good luck.
yeah, so they have bears. You have venomous snakes. I forgot what snakes there are in Arkansas, but they're very bad.
The ones that could kill you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, if they bite you, it's a wrap. So yeah, he was seen near a river not far from the prison, and he seen high water.
For a week, and he was only a mile and a half from the prison.
Yeah, that's yeah.
At least them niggas got the hell.
Yeah.
At least them niggas when they ain't got there Louisiana, they got the hell away.
There's still a couple still on the land.
They still on the land.
Yeah, those two. Yeah. Hey yo, that brings us to the Louisiana inmates because yes, they are still on the run. They still got two that are loose, and it's still the same ones we covered last week. I thought they would have caught them.
Nah, they out.
Did my boy go live again?
Nah,
he went that he's wrongly That's
what
accused.
we did last
free.
week. Last week. Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah, that was on June 4th.
And he asking Donald Trump to look into it.
Yeah, that's for a
Trump
part.
ain't looking into this.
Yeah, that's for a part.
I'm just telling you what my boy said. He wasn't Donald Trump to look into this because he said that they released him.
He just picked a bad time because he already in a cat fight.
He already caught up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking at Trump to get out. Trump got shit going on right now. Puffy keep looking at Trump like, just in case. Trump like, you don't see what's going on right now.
No, Puffy like, hey, freak off. Freak off. You was there. Take that.
They haven't found one, and more importantly, they say Derrick Groves, the other one that wasn't on social media, hasn't been seen by the police since the morning of the jail escape.
Because he's taking this shit serious.
Right.
This nigga taking this very serious.
So, yeah, when he disappeared, nobody's seen the lick of him. He ain't jumping in no pools on Memorial Day weekend. He ain't recording on Instagram.
He ain't sleeping on no bench.
Yeah, because he know Trump ain't going to look into his case because he know whatever it is he did, he guilty of that shit.
He convicted of murder.
Yeah, well, they say 4 bodies.
Unaliving somebody.
Yeah, like he got unaliving charges. So, yeah, he going to the Supermax too, probably. Like, woof.
Yeah, so this has been interesting because this happened on May 16th, and like I
guys
said,
still out.
Yeah, they've caught 8 of the 10. 2 are still out. We're gonna call them what? Claude
and Ray.
Claude and Ray. They're gonna end up being 90 at a Mets game or a Yankees game. So
the untouchable too.
Not at the way your boy keep going live.
They gonna catch. They gonna trace that shit now.
Yeah,
at that rate, like they are gonna catch him.
He's not too bright.
Antoine, I mean, I know you think you didn't do it, but if you ain't got no papers that said they let you free, if you ain't got the paperwork that said they
trying
let
to hear
you
your
out,
story, unless you like the fugitive, somebody like with one arm shot,
right.
Now you,
I didn't do it.
Prove your innocence.
I don't care.
But yeah, unless it falls under one of those two circumstances, you going back, bro.
So he's made 2 videos, but I'm sure whatever he said in the second one doesn't negate the fact that he hopped into a pool and was popping shit on social media as your first video. You wasn't declared your innocence in that first video, nigga. Why you serious in the second one? I ain't like that, but I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Cool. All right, I wanted to move on to a more serious topic because Brian McKnight has been in the news. Rest in peace to his son, Nico. He passed away from cancer.
Not half a clown, but the whole
There's
clown.
been a lot going on, and yes, Brian McKnight broke his silence following the death of his son, and it wasn't even in memorial of his son. It was just Brian McKnight doing some victim blaming. I got the clip.
Big thanks to Claude McKnight's tasteless and self-aggrandizing announcement on TikTok that frankly was not his to make. In my opinion, he inserted himself and used Nico's death as an opportunity instead of letting him pass with respect and dignity. It has instead turned into a circus, a mockery of a life now lost, making this tragedy into a reality show type drama. While that was unfolding, my family and I flew home to Maui and had a private memorial remembering him and all the good times. The last time he and I spoke, We offered him all the help we could provide. We had the #1 oncologist on deck for him and a team of specialists on standby with private care in our home. He and his mother declined. The door of communication was open and remained open until his death. To the self-proclaimed mama bear, may God have mercy on your soul for not allowing him to accept that help and not allowing him to use that line of communication. There is great comfort in knowing God knows the truth and the totality of the whole story. I am truly thankful for the immense peace God has given me, and I've left everything in his hands. I have a clear conscience. The only judgment that matters is God's. My wife, our children, and I are eternally thankful to Almighty God that the suffering has come to an end and grateful for all of your condolences. Thanks to those of you who have known the truth from the beginning and haven't let untruths, half-truths, or slander prejudice your opinion.
And that was Brian McKnight.
Boy, you will never sing in front of nobody else in your life.
Yeah.
I want to say
like,
Why he sound like a narrator?
Cause
Like he's reading from a script.
yeah. Oh yeah, he had Chat GPT type that up.
That is terrifying.
the fall from grace that you have seen in front of your eyes dealing with Brian McKnight is well deserved. He deserves all of this. He deserves all of it.
Yeah. I've been following this fallout because we've done plenty of coverage on Brian McKnight and his beef with the Suns. We did something on that last year when they were going viral for him calling his children sins? The product of sins. And yeah, I do think Brian is a bitch ass nigga for just the way he's handled it with
This
his sons.
situation, yeah.
But the one thing I always say is nobody ever discusses what the Suns did to cause the rift between each people.
Right.
And I'm not sitting here trying to like defend Brian McKnight because I do think he's a bitch ass nigga and he's handled this like a bitch. But also at the same time, it's not one sided.
It's a cause and effect.
And I said, as I said before, there's no like good people in this situation. Unfortunately, it's just unfortunate that his son passed. But I've been seeing texts from both parties that were slandering each other's name, popping shit. So, you know, people are getting at Brian McKnight because he's the most famous person and probably the most visible one and probably should have handled it the best out of all this.
But we don't know what he's dealing with in this whole situation.
Yeah, and Charles said, "Where's his publicist to tell him to stay the hell?" I don't think he has one.
Tell his publicist needs to tell him to shut the fuck up.
A lot of people don't be using these publicists as
I just don't think he has one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Brian McKnight needs a
right.
He's not like a superstar. Where maybe in the '90s when he first dropped, he probably had a publicist.
Yeah, he ain't got
now
one
he's just old and grouchy and just doesn't care what people think. So he probably doesn't have a publicist. So he's just. But yeah, I've heard stories of Brian McKnight prior to this. I remember watching Corey Holcomb one time, and he had mentioned how Brian McKnight was kind of an asshole when they were playing basketball because he used to pop up and play, I guess, at the local YMCA, and people were always complaining about him because he was always demanding calls and stuff that weren't foul. So. From my understanding, I've heard a lot of negative things about Brian McKnight behind the scenes. So, you know, I wasn't too shocked at the fallout just based on the prior things I've heard. But I definitely don't agree with how he's handled all of this. And I don't agree with really anybody in this situation. You know, I do think some of the things Brian McKnight has said are he's being criticized for him as he should, but I also think some people haven't acknowledged the fact that he did mention he paid for his child's cancer treatments while he was in the hospital. And as you heard in the video, he offered the best treatment for his son. I'm kind of curious to know why the mother didn't take them up on that offer, especially assuming it's true. You know, I know how this game works, where everybody's out lying on each other purposely to make each other look bad. That's why I'm asking these kind of questions, just because I just want to know: did they accept his treatment, or did they accept his offer for treatment? And if not, why not? I'm just kind of curious, especially when you have somebody who's passed away from maybe not having the best I don't know what the situation was with his cancer, if it was being treated properly or not. But I'm just saying, if somebody has the money to afford you the best doctors, maybe you put your pride aside and accept it. This is about life or death, not necessarily, you know, it'll be fuck you, dad, after I heal up, you know? So I just want to know the other side of the story because, like I said, everybody seems like a villain in this story. Yeah, so I'm curious to just know more details about it because, like I said, I don't really think anybody looks good. I just kind of curious to know both sides of the story. But, yeah, but I still think Brian McKnight is a dick for how he treated his son.
I like how you said it before. He a bitch-ass nigga. Like,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, he is, but that doesn't absolve the other parties because from my understanding, they started beefing because he told them to get jobs and to, you know, stop living off my money, and that created a fallout that was so bad that led to this. So, you know, looking on the other side, not that I'm a father, but I had a father, and I kind of understand where he wants his children to make a living, carve their name out on their own, that type of thing. And I'm just curious to know what the details were exactly because I know Brian McKnight posted a video, and in my opinion, it's just one-sided. I don't really believe everything Brian McKnight says, and I don't really believe everything the children say. So it's just a mess. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a jacked up mess. It's a shame everybody's handling things the way they are, and nobody really emerges victorious in this situation. Brian McKnight's stock dropped tremendously, and I guess, I don't know, they're going to have some sort of reconciliation in the future because I don't think this is going to carry on, especially after the death. So I'm pretty sure, hopefully, they'll figure this shit out. But moving on to more dysfunctionality, because Cardi B and Offset, we're going back and forth, continuing their beef this week. Yeah. Offset was about to crash out because apparently Cardi decided to post was that picture recent or was it?
Yeah, it was recent. Her son had the same hairstyle as Stephon Diggs.
And, Offset was about to crash out over that.
Please don't.
And I get where he's coming from.
I think I'll have a problem with that shit.
Yeah,
first of all, what I heard was the kid had the braids first, and then Stephon Diggs got the hairstyle. That's just what I heard.
Okay, but if it went down like that, then okay.
But nevertheless,
either way, that's just as petty.
That's
just petty.
But
childish.
You married this chick who you know is super petty. You know how she acts.
She weaponized the child. That's my issue.
You didn't think
right.
You thought she grew up.
Your child supposed to be
she
not
grew up.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Just because you have immature actions doesn't mean we support it.
Gentlemen, this all goes back to the women that you choose to take up with.
Yeah, but still,
I'm not going to sit here.
So you're condoning the behavior.
I'm not condoning anything. I'm just saying you signed up for this.
Well, yeah, that's beside the point.
How's it beside the point?
Because
you
is it
signed
right?
Up for it.
Is it right?
If you make better decisions, you wouldn't put yourself
No.
in
You're
this
talking about two
situation.
different things. The baby's already here. We can't abort it. What Cardi B did right?
No, it wasn't. That was disrespect.
You can't sit here and say just because you had a baby with the wrong person, that person can do anything.
Right?
You?
No, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
that's disrespectful.
That's has Offset used the kids?
It's wrong. I'll say that. What? But I'm looking at who you're dealing with, so I'm like, what you expect?
It still doesn't absolve her.
Just because somebody's,
I don't think she was trying to be absolved. She didn't care. Okay, she didn't care before.
So how can somebody show you sympathy when he's sitting here talking all the shit that he's talking online, and you talking about you want to be left alone, you want the divorce and be done and over it, when you adding fuel to the fire? Is already seeing viral video of you getting your ass popped, y'all chasing each other in DC to the car, racing to the car.
She's living her best life.
She's having a great life.
So look, we just got finished talking about. We just got finished talking about the internet. Why they want to show people up, and she's showing him up.
I'm not feeling sorry for these niggas with money. You could.
I don't feel sorry for him.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry.
This is about the kid.
You could have picked a better woman to have a child with.
Yeah.
So you're
I think the record label put them together.
You say what?
The record label put them together.
However,
because they both were signed in the same.
Not about.
And I think I saw something today, and it might be old. I don't know, but it looked like Offset had a run-in with the law or something, and he was like, I'm Offset of the Migos, and I'm thinking to myself, no, you're Offset Cardi B's husband. That's who you are. The Migos, you can't run that no more. You're Cardi B's husband. Just throwing
Rest
that
in
out
peace
there.
to Takeoff.
You're Cardi B's husband now, or ex-husband, however this going to play.
Well, he is a third of the Migos, so you can't take that away from him.
Migos is no longer
The Migos,
Yeah, the Migos no longer exist.
You can't
Like,
go to
they're
that.
duo.
They're a duo, and it's
can't-
not even a duo anymore. It's,
You can't go to that.
I say he a third.
You're Cardi B's
yeah,
ex-husband.
the Migos is and I'm a Migos fan,
So how did
but the
he?
Migos is over
So how did? Okay.
because nobody's checking for Huncho.
All right.
Or Quavo, my bad.
You calling him? I was
No,
like,
the chicks fuck with Huncho, street Huncho, but they don't fuck with Quavo like that. Nigga.
Yo,
yeah,
I'm just
I
saying.
haven't heard them do anything since they've been
Oh,
solo.
he-
They don't rock with each other.
No, it's just solo. They're
I mean,
because
I've
they've released
but
music.
that's my point.
But it's been with.
It's no
other
longer no Migos,
I
nigga.
know.
Like you can't have the type of chemistry that they need. The dynamic they made is they fed off of each other. Once you took away basically the main lyricist, because Takeoff, he actually could rap. No matter what y'all think about that nigga, he could actually rap.
Because your boy, he can't go on tour. Offset with maybe his songs, but you can't go
I mean,
with
Offset
Migos
got an
songs.
album.
You can't go with Migos songs, can you?
You can.
You could what?
So I'll say this. So remember.
He can play his verse.
You remember when I was, had my issues going on? I used to be like, yo, I still got to go. You like, I ain't going. I'm like, nigga, hey, just play my verse. Play my verse,
Yeah.
play some of
He
his
can play- he
verse.
can
I'll
play
rap
his
some of
verse.
his bars, then go to the next song. So anything is possible.
Kyle Lowry just announced.
Anything is
There's a
possible.
couple of them. Don't there? Yeah, but all I was saying was Offset is now Cardi B's ex-husband. That's the only point I was making.
Yeah, Charles said if you didn't want to see her living her best life, then he shouldn't have made her. his
Like I'm saying, you know what this reminds me of? Papoose and Remy.
Yeah,
That's exactly what this reminds me of.
Like
Yeah, but
Charles,
that's on
and Charles
steroids,
is
though.
100%
It doesn't
right.
matter. It's the same exact scenario.
If you didn't,
You
want-
got to
don't
wait for
have an
somebody.
issue with
Somebody
them.
else is still just as happy as they want to be. They moved
my
on.
issue isn't with them moving on. I just thought it was whack to weaponize the child.
They're always people. One thing I've learned about celebrities, this is what they do.
Hell, regular people do that shit.
Because I'm about to say regular people do it, so you know celebrities
people don't
definitely
do it.
going
I'm
to do
just
it.
saying it was kind of whack.
What do they say about a person with
Weaponizing
money?
a child.
It
What do
exacerbates
they say
anything.
about a person with money.
What do they say?
It exasperates whatever they were before. So Cardi B was a what before she got rich?
She was a hood. She was a hood chick.
Okay, then you get. She
I'm
just got
not mad
money.
at who she is. I mean, this
Right.
is
So
I
am I
expected
surprised
everything.
if the hairstyle did go down like that? No, because
What about Cardi's responsibility to?
This
She
the same-
dated a man who cheated on her, and then married a man who cheated on
this
her.
the same
That's-
chick who was saying
that's
she
her
was
karma.
drugging dudes and
Yeah, I'm about to say,
robbing
that's her
them. I mean,
karma.
come on now, y'all.
I don't feel sorry for Cardi.
I don't feel sorry for either one of them.
I don't,
Especially Offset, because you were in the game, and voluntarily pulled yourself out the game. You pulled an Anthony Richardson. You said, "I don't want to play no more tonight."
Did it ever bother anybody to hear a Puerto Rican say such horrible things about a black man, wishing death on him, hoping he dies slow, and all that shit?
I mean, that's
The
her
way
baby
she
daddy.
used the word nigger with the hard ER on it. I didn't feel that.
I think that's just her accent.
Yeah, that's her accent.
I just
It's
say
not.
that.
It's not an ER. It's
And the
IA,
way-
nigga.
You must never hug around Puerto Ricans.
No,
'cause the way they talk,
believe me, I've hung
they
around
don't
some
like.
she said nigga.
They're
It
black.
just felt weird.
Puerto Rican,
They're black.
Dominicans,
they're black
nigga.
They're
too.
black.
They got
I would-
black in.
Salvador,
They're black.
nigga, even to a lot of these Mexicans I'm around, nigga.
They're black. They're black.
They're black. They're black.
I just didn't like the way she
I
worded
got you.
that shit, man.
I think her daddy black.
I think it sounded like
Look at
some
her
hate
like she
speech.
black.
Her dad is black.
I look at Cardi like she
If I'm not
black
mistaken.
anyway, so it don't like.
She ain't black. She show up at them Latino award shows.
Shit.
Very
She got
much dressed
Latino.
different.
One of her parents is Latino.
Is Latino.
No, I'm sorry. You see, let me make my point. I said she shows up at the Latino awards dressed completely different than she shows up at the black awards. Because she goes to those Latino awards, and
Like
she's
she's
dressed up.
Latin, like she might be doing the Latin thing.
Yeah, because she has more respect for their award show.
No,
than
it's just how
ours.
the cultures are, nigga. You talking about
You say more
a
respect
rap
for-
awards, nigga?
Yes.
Our culture.
Nigga,
what
these
respect
bitches
is
at
in
the
our
graduation with the
culture?
ass cheeks clapping.
What is you talking
And you talking about an award show?
Yeah, she come up to the Latino award shows fully dressed, and then she wants to do the ratchet shit at our award.
Because that's what they doing at our award show.
Okay.
She fitting right in with
Get
the
them
rest
sexy.
of the ratchet. Come on, man.
It just
we need to uphold our award shows. Then how about that?
We can't. We keep bringing the
I
sexy
mean,
reds and
if you
Sukiana.
take it a step even further, what are you rewarding? You see what I'm saying? Like,
True.
hey, so it's like you gotta draw a line somewhere, yo. You gotta draw a line somewhere.
Yeah. Speaking of dysfunctional relationships, you have DDG and Halle Bailey in the news.
More weaponization.
Yeah, this one is a little different because, I was seeing a lot of information and misinformation being played. So for those that don't know, DDG and Halle have had a fallout, and he wanted to place a emergency temporary restraining order against her taking the kids to Italy for work, and she was going to be there, from my understanding, for like a year. So he used this temporary injunction and then showcased some of the text messages that she was sending him, I guess, while they were going through a difficult period in their relationship. And there was just a lot revealed about that Disney star. And there were some text messages showing how she was threatening to harm herself.
At the end of the day, people are people. Don't let that Disney star, like, at the end of the day.
You got to
people
maintain the
No, keep the same energy too, because y'all be sitting here trying to get it. Y'all be trying to give, y'all shed light on one thing. Say, hey, let them live. But the other ones, no, you got to be on top. You got to be on point about that shit. No, everybody get the same energy.
What you mean?
In other words, don't Disney hell. She doing that bullshit that I said. That's some bullshit.
Yeah,
I mean, I think a lot of people fake who they are for money and advancement. You don't think so? Like,
I know so for a fact.
So I don't
remember,
understand
she's
why.
the one that wants to kick this shit
What
up.
it is you see a pretty girl, and you're just like, there's no way this really cute.
She has
girl.
that type of
Yeah,
attitude
like,
or
she
demeanor
does-
about herself.
You see a pretty
because she's on
girl,
camera,
and
acting
she
her
has a
roles.
beautiful smile, and just a pretty girl, and you don't want to think that this pretty girl can flip out.
She's still a nigga.
Act the ass. Nah, of course they can. Like, you know what I'm saying? So people are people.
Yes, people are people, but this is a little extreme because it seems like she has backing by Rock Nation, of course. So
Rock Nation,
yeah,
boy.
they've been in the news.
Y'all been in the news on some hellacious shit, boy.
Yeah, but apparently the judge had denied DDG's emergency motion, but then I'm hearing things that, like, the judge didn't. The judge granted the order, but TMZ and all these news outlets are reportedly trying to discredit DDG by saying that the order was denied. So you have a lot of these media publications trying to discredit this man, and all he's trying to do is raise his child. So you've got Rock Nation and the whole media on her side trying to discredit him. But he's also seeking a restraining order and sole custody of the kid. And those texts he shared, man.
Yeah, it don't look good.
Yeah, those texts are triggering, if you ask me, because I've dated women like this. And the sad part is I don't have the patience DDG has. Because now I'm at a point where if a woman's threatening to harm herself, I'm like, shit, do it. I just want to see if you about that life.
Yeah, but see, but like you say, you don't have the patience.
Yeah,
that
then
I don't have the patience.
Then he got a kid with her on top of that.
You had that patience 30 to 20 years ago.
No,
That patience that he's showing now because they're young. They're young kids.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Emotional, super emotional.
Yeah.
They lead with emotion first. Even now, you still got some people lead with emotion first.
Yeah, so she keeps saying that she's having anxiety and depression and previous thoughts of unaliving herself, which is why she was sending those text messages. But I saw in the text messages that he caught her with his gun outside the house. And, he was fearful that she might harm herself while she was pregnant. Another thing that was revealed, it looks like she went to try and get an abortion. And from my understanding, she was supposed to take 2 pills and only took 1. So she was threatening to abort the baby on some, if you don't do what dang, why can't I date a woman like that? Because everything that's a threat to her is just like wonderful to me. Like, you're going to abort the baby. Oh, no, that would really upset me. Do it. Teach me a lesson. I do that type of shit. I do reverse psychology. You know why? Because ever since that Steve McNair shit, I've learned to stay away from women that are like depressed or showing signs like that, because nothing's stopping them from taking you with them. So I learned a long time ago, anytime a woman wants to use harming herself or anything like that as a way to manipulate me, I'm going to A, dare you to do it, and B, I'm going to put some major distance between me and you, because you ain't shooting me in my face when I'm sleeping on your couch.
That's right.
I don't play that crazy shit no more. At 40, if you threatening to do something crazy, I'd rather just see you do it.
That's the quickest way to really turn me. Like, say something crazy.
Yeah.
Say anything remotely that I find crazy, and I will quit dealing with you.
And then I'll send the police to your house for a welfare check. No, welfare check. I need a record, because somehow, some way.
He was the last one to be around.
You were the last one to contact
He's gonna be the first person to be investigated.
Yep. And her family gonna hate me because I was supposed to be saving her and shit.
Just get away from me. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not calling the police for you. None of that stuff.
Yeah.
Take your crazy self somewhere else.
No. I mean, yeah, you're right. I wouldn't call the police on her, but if she were bothering me, I would do it for my safety, and it's only just so there's a record. I learned a long time ago working in the IT world, you cover your own ass. You make sure you got evidence and proof that you did everything you were supposed to do. So if I was in a situation like him, I would send the cops over for a welfare check. That way you have a record of somebody sending the cops over for a welfare check, because that shows concern for that person, that person may harm themselves. I'm not checking on them. I'm scared they're going to take me with them.
Right.
Well, I'm going to check on you through a webcam. I'll call you. I'll send you an email. I might even DM you. But you ain't about to see me in person. I don't trust a person doing that. That scares me. That's triggering, man. Yeah, so ladies, I know it may seem cute. That's fellas.
Toxicity, boy.
Bruh, if a woman ever tells you some crazy shit about harming herself, you stay away from her. Don't be like, oh, the pussy must be good. No,
run.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Run, shit, kill your ass.
Yeah. Charles said that's crazy. You shouldn't have to prove that somebody is nuts to not allow them to take your child to another country for a year.
You got people right now.
I mean, that's basic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why the hell, why would I want to be away from my kids for a year straight?
Yeah. Man.
Damn.
See, that's why I'd be scared to have kids, because I could honestly see a woman using the child against me, and then I pull a Anthony Edwards and just be like, you know what? I'm just going to pay. This is too much stress. I'm going to send the nigga, I'm going to send them YouTube links. Like Kevin Samuel YouTube links. And
I'm going to send them highlights of me being These are my highlights, son.
Yeah, I'm going to send them highlights of the week and shit. Yo, that's messed up. But yeah, that's what, sometimes you got to fight to be a father. That's messed up, man.
But it's crazy work and diabolical at the same time when you got the ones who don't think nothing about their kids, sitting around here creating more kids and chase behind their asses so you can take care of their kids.
Yeah.
But the ones that want to take care of their kids, they gotta fight just so you can make the mothers allow them to be a father, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's harsh. I don't know how people go through that.
I've been through that shit.
Yeah. I went through it for like 2 weeks, and then the DNA test came back negative. Yes.
Stupid.
That's freedom.
All right.
Boy, I was doing my best to get her to be like Halle Bailey. Take both pills. That's why I said, don't threaten me with a good time. All right, let's move on, because the other Halle Berry was in the news.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry was in the news because she and her boyfriend Van Hunt, he proposed to her after 5 years of dating.
She
said no. Tired of paying niggas for my mistakes.
She gave that nigga the Walter Payton stuff. No.
Yeah.
I don't blame her.
Yeah.
I don't blame her.
How many marriages she had?
She had 3.
3 marriages.
He had 1.
She's scorned. I don't blame her. I wouldn't jump into another marriage.
Yeah, so she said she's been married 3 times. He's been married once. And so, no, we don't feel like we have to get married to validate our love in any way. She said, well, did you tell him that? Because you turned down his proposal.
I mean, the crazy part about it is it's just when you build assets together,
yeah,
you're going to have some type of contractual something set up, because even if y'all don't get married, you got to make sure that's protected. So nobody that you previously married or children that you may have can take my shit. I built with you.
So this leads to a question. If a woman turns down your proposal, is the relationship over?
It all depends. If you fixated on getting married, yes, it's over.
If I've never been married before, so if I ask to get married and you say no,
it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
I can't look at you no more.
Yeah,
it's over.
The only way I'd stay is so I could set up another relationship to hop directly into.
You're gonna be a freak off
or a freak off.
I'm transitioning. I'm going from you to somebody else. You're just a placeholder right now.
That's it.
Because after I've asked you to marry me and you're like,
you said no.
No.
I'm done. I'm over it. I'm out.
Expect me to come back again and ask you?
I can't look at you the same no more.
Yeah, I
Buddha,
can't.
What you want to say, Buddha?
Look, you're not even held on.
I'm sitting over here thinking like,
Buddha, what you want to say?
I don't know.
I can't do it again.
Yeah, Buddha's the only one.
If I propose to a woman and she say no, oh nigga, I'm already open up the.
That's gonna be a problem.
I'm out.
Yeah, that's a huge problem. Because first of all, do you know how big of a
it just like, okay, so the only reason I'm saying it's going to be a problem is unless you already have something to stand. And this is what goes back to communication in general. Halle Berry is a prime example. She's already been through it. We don't need to do
several
this.
times.
We don't need to do this. But if that's what your goal was and you didn't know that she's like, this is not.
This is the thing, though.
Y'all been together 5 years. I'm sure she done told him that.
This is Halle Berry, though.
But that's what I'm saying. But think about it, though. Think about it, Branson. Some of these chicks don't even want kids these days. You know what I mean? Some chicks don't even want kids. Because a marriage doesn't define any. A marriage is basically just a business.
This is still Halle Berry you with.
I get what you're saying.
That's all that is. But you're still with her.
Outside you still with her, it's just the fact is
for
you
me personally.
Come on, man.
In
First of all,
shoes, I would ride. In my shoes,
no,
we're not riding. It's over.
Why would you ride? Because
that's Halle Berry.
I don't care.
No, it's because that's not what we're trying to do.
See why she wouldn't want to do
I get. I'm not even.
I should have discussed that beforehand.
Yeah, like you should know because some women don't want to be married.
Okay,
like some women just want the relationship, just to be around men. They don't want that title.
But see, the thing about it is, okay, so let's back up. You don't want the title, but you want us to be in a monogamous relationship.
Okay.
What? So you gonna be my girlfriend for
Okay, a lot of
forever.
people do it.
forever?
Yeah, probably.
A lot of people do it. What?
Yeah,
what-
but the thing about it is
That's where
when
common
you-
law marriages came from.
Right, but when you are when it's
Oh, they still together?
when it's finances
go
involved,
get married.
it's a different ball game. That's the thing that you talk about. This ain't no regular type of relationship that I bring what I bring to. These niggas got money, so if we sitting here made an investment.
Probably more reason why she don't want to get married. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
they
giving
still doing it
no
now.
nigga
They
money.
still doing it now. If you with
Because they're
somebody
not
for
worried
5
about
years,
what the outside world is thinking about them having a title. Y'all don't get marriage. Obviously, y'all don't
do.
get it.
I do.
I get married.
That's why I haven't been there yet because
That's
I'm
the
saying.
reason
Yeah.
and-
I ain't asked nobody.
and-
There ain't
and
nobody.
what-
within-
and
It's
what's
an
my boy's
agreement.
name?
It's an
Oh,
understanding.
about what both parties want and how
Van
y'all
Hunt
gonna
shoes-
conduct that shit
and
until
Van-
death do your part.
In Van Hunt shoes, I understand. This lady's been married 3 times.
Yeah.
Three.
He's been married.
He been
bad
married
marriages.
once.
He's been married once. In his shoes, I understand. In my shoes, as a guy who's never been married, and for a guy who's never been married, that is the ultimate thing for me to offer.
Right,
to
but
get
I'm
your
just
hand
saying.
in marriage.
I'm just saying. I have problems with this. I'm sure over the 5 years you've been with her, she has told your ass numerously, "I don't want no parts of being married."
Okay, you might have wanted to call her on it one time.
I'm sure she done had this conversation and told your ass she ain't want it. So I'm not gonna go and say he didn't know. He knew. Now, if you knew and had the conversation and you knew and you still asked, all right, then you sit your ass there. You don't go nowhere. Now, if y'all don't have no conversation about it, she hasn't given you no indication that she's not entertaining ever again, no type of marriage, and you come out and say, hey, what's up? Whatever. And she be like, hey, hell no. You feel me? I'd be like, oh shit, I'm out. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, I gave you 5 years of my life. I'd rather go get if my goal is to be married, then I'm gonna find somebody. I don't give a damn you Halle Berry. You can goddamn
But
be
that's my point. Everybody don't have those same goals to get marriage. Does not necessarily have to be an end goal for people.
It doesn't.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm not saying that it is, but I'm just saying most people.
But that's
what it is.
But that shouldn't affect somebody's relationship status just because they are or aren't married. That's all I'm saying.
I get it.
No,
I'm not speaking as if it ain't.
But the question,
I'm sure she said something.
The real question is, though, like he said, as a man, from our perspective, no. Like you tell me no, like I hit you with this proposal, like nah. I'm like, nah.
Oh, that's
Say
a
less.
problem.
Because obviously we're not having the same goals. Yeah. Because if I'm
Say
I'm
less.
approach you and I'm doing all this and I'm like,
Again, if we had a conversation, you
we need
said
to join this union
If
together.
we had a conversation, and you done
Do
let me
what?
know saying you have no interest in getting married. All right, I've been warned. You okay? And if I come out and ask and you said no again.
That's
You said
on me.
that's on me.
That's on me,
Now,
'cause I
if we
was
haven't
warned.
had no conversation, you didn't give me no indication that you is not up for that shit again. You just left it out there for me to interpret. And we've been together for a half a decade. I'm like, all right, we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and lock this shit in. And then you be like, nah, I ain't. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't know, and they're older now too. They
Yeah,
ain't
they're
got no
older.
damn marriage.
And that's the reason why you want to get married, because we're older.
No, that's even more reason why I might not want to get
No,
married.
you want to get married because you are older.
I don't went this
Nigga,
long
if
without
me and
getting-
my wife
I done
ever-
went 50
Nigga,
years without being married. You don't think I can go the rest of the time without being married? I don't went 50 of them.
Well, some people want people in their space. They want that. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
it doesn't
saying?
necessarily mean marriage.
Yeah.
Some people want that ending title. They wants to go through the ceremony. They wants to say, do all the
That's
things
one
that
thing-
comes with
that's
it.
one thing that I learned from dealing with women is every woman don't want to get married. That is not her.
Well, a lot of people, a lot of women out here, they be talking about they want to get married.
A lot of them talk like that, but yeah.
Well, I know if I work up the courage to ask
Say
a
it,
chick to marry me and
and
she
you
turns
say
me
no.
down,
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, this is
Because
right.
asking somebody to marry you,
That's the biggest thing a man can do.
That's not an easy thing to do.
That's
and that's an ego. That's an ego check right there. When you tell a man no, he getting down on one knee.
I couldn't
Baby,
even
will you
imagine.
marry me? And she like, no. What?
Yeah,
Because then you got
especially
people around-
publicly.
you
Right.
got people around you.
Right.
Like, you doing this?
Right.
Oh, yeah, you done
Hell
embarrassed-
no.
You done
I'm
embarrassed
out,
the hell
nigga.
out of me. They
Fuck
won't-
that shit.
won't do
I ain't
this
fucking
again.
with you. I'm gone.
Won't do this again to me.
Matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and get this last fuck in right quick. I'm out because I'm about to call the next bitch.
Won't do this again to me.
It's over.
Okay, well, we're still on the subject of relationships, but I came across a clip that's going viral by Jaleel White, a.k.a. Steve Urkel.
Stevie.
He has a podcast called the Everybody Lurks Podcast, and he was having a discussion debating how serious is your lady if she's not breaking bread with you, and I got that lined up.
100%.
But I even feel like with even the paying on the first date thing, it's like even if like, because I went on a first date that was to Chick-fil-A once, but I was so into the guy. So this was the best Chick-fil-A I've ever had in my life.
Now we getting somewhere. You'd have to be.
And I was
to go
like,
to the date on the Chick-fil-A.
No. Now we're getting somewhere. Because let me tell you something. I can't stand hearing all this first date nonsense in the podcast world, because the truth of the matter is, if a woman really likes a dude like that,
that's true. They'll go anywhere.
She don't care where
That's
they
true.
go.
I did not care.
They
I
can
was
go
like,
to
whatever.
Chili's, they can go to Raising Cane's, they can go bowling,
That's
they can
true.
whatever.
You're right. That's a good sign.
They
That's
can
what-
stay in. They can order takeout.
Yeah.
So when I see a woman that's, all dressed up a little too much with the eyelashes and whatever, talking about, well, he didn't pay for my first date. I'm not, honey, you're not even looking for a dude. You're looking for sponsorship.
Yeah.
True.
And I just know that. And the other thing about women that I do know also is, and I had to learn this the hard way just growing up, is if a woman won't spend no money on you, she don't like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean, I'm not talking about gigolo stuff, but I mean, like, if she won't go into her purse for even the smallest, payment, your Chick-fil-A, your Raising Cane's, whatever, or, your movie ticket, or whatever. Like,
Right.
she got to the theater first and you're running late. You're looking for parking. She's like, oh, I already got this. I got everything. I'm inside. I left your ticket, at the kiosk.
Well, because I think it could be cute
That
too.
girl
Like,
likes you, man.
like
Yeah, of course.
you get
No, you're
the
right. That's
tickets.
the most
They buy the
gesture, that's
snacks.
Yeah.
That's cute. I think that's cute.
That's you.
No,
I
it is
remember-
For a first date, maybe not.
I got my, you know how I
But-
learned that? I learned that such a hard way. There was a girl, I lived in Pasadena growing up as a kid.
Okay.
And I met a girl that lived in Redondo Beach. So for anybody who knows distance in LA,
Yeah.
and I remember one time I picked her up and brought her all the way back to Westwood to a movie theater. And I was starting to sense that she didn't even come out of the house with a purse. Like she wasn't even coming out of the house with a purse. This is probably about our third date at this point. And I was like, yo, I got to park. She was like, I said, can you get the tickets? And she was like, no, I'll wait with you. She was adamant. I'll park with you and walk with you. And I did this on purpose because I was starting to be concerned. And finally I reached into my pocket. I gave her a $20 bill. And I was like, please, can you, I didn't break though. I said, please just go get the tickets. Once I pulled out the 20, got it, done. And that was the last date I went on with her.
Yeah.
What the?
There we go.
But see, now this leads back to the conversation we were having before with leading with money. Remember when you were like, get her hair and nails done? See,
He wasn't leading with
It
money.
wasn't leading with money.
no, but this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: if she's kicking out for me too, then yeah, I can do all that stuff because it's going back and forth.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not just getting your hair and nails done because I want you to look some way, and I'm not getting nothing back in return. What the
No,
hell
I'm
do I
not.
look
oh,
like?
Just
no,
buns.
No, hold,
What the hell do
time
I
out,
look
time out.
like?
Now when I'm saying, when
a fucking fool.
when I'm saying that, when I'm describing like that in details, that means y'all have, whether it's verbal or whether y'all just made an actual effort of locking in with just y'all two. Y'all spending time with each other. And when you're doing that, you have to entertain each other outside of just being in each other's house. You got to go out, experience things, and depending on how in-depth your relationship is, because some people are just fucking. Some people, y'all just going out, experience foods, whatever the case may be. You're going to have to do something to make this relationship
I'm
last
not
long.
putting into you if you're not putting into me. That's just plain and simple. I'm not going to lead with money.
That's not leading with money.
What I'm saying is I'm not going to lead with money and then you're not leading with money. You see what I'm saying? We're going to lead the same way. This is how our relationship is going to build. Like you say, once we lock in like that and you do for me, I do for you, cool. I have no problem with that. But me just paying and, because I think you need to look a certain way, no. I'm not
saying I think you need to look some type of way, but if I'm making a conscious effort to seeing her and only her, and I'm not if I'm dating other women, then no, I'm not doing that because I'm seeing other people, and that's expensive as hell. And even if I did have it, I probably wouldn't do that shit anyway. But let's just say, if I'm making a conscious effort just to lock in with you, right? I like for you to I like for you to look a certain way. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem with it. And that's not saying that, again, I'm not doing this for any and everybody. So let me say that. If we fuck with each other, meaning she has no problem doing for me like I do for her, yeah, I have no problem. I'll do all that.
Yeah, me personally, I can't get past date number 3 without a woman breaking some bread.
Yeah, she got to. If she ain't spending no type of money on you, she just there for a meal ticket.
Of course, and I've been in that situation plenty of times. So what you do is if you make it to day 3, I always hint that, I like a woman to spend her money just to let me know she's all in with me.
All right.
And if she ain't,
I'd like her to spend the money just so I know you got some money.
Yeah, that too.
Like I need to know that I need to see this.
That is also a sentiment to think about as well. But if they make it to day 3 and because that pissed me off. I had a Valentine's a couple years ago where I went and got this girl a nice gift. What the hell did I buy her? I don't even remember what I bought her, but I said this is tricking 101. This is because I spent over $50 on it. That's why I was pissed.
I've done some tricking. Yeah. Every
what we talking about tricking? What's the definition of tricking? What y'all talking about?
Buying shit I ain't have to buy her.
Just
condoms,
or just like I'm buying some, knowing it's going to make her happy, knowing that I'm not looking for nothing really. I'm just tricking. I got the money. Fuck it. Here, take it. Here, go.
Why can't that just be you being nice?
It can be interpreted as that too.
Because I'm not doing it to be nice. I'm expecting some gina.
You can interpret it however you want to.
You getting a gina already.
Yeah,
supposedly.
I'm tricking to make sure the gina stays wet and ready.
No.
So this goes back to what I was saying the whole entire time.
See, after I've got the
you
gina,
spending
it's
money.
not tricking. After I've got the gina, I don't see it as tricking. It's tricking before you get the gina. How much tricking are you going to do?
Okay, so
right or wrong?
Oh yeah, you make a point.
How much tricking are you gonna do?
I don't go further than a fire stick
because you're shooting for the vagina. So how much tricking are you willing to do before you get the goods? Just straight up and down.
I don't know, because some of us, you take them out for drinks. You know what I'm saying? You might get
if it ain't related to food and drink, then the only thing I'm tricking on is a fire stick.
Because boom, the first date is. We'll do like a restaurant or something like that.
Or it might be some drinks.
Okay, boom. Let me tap up this tricking. Second date. What we doing on the second?
I don't know. We going to a restaurant.
We going back to a restaurant.
Okay, movies.
I'm tabulating.
You know what? I think movies is a bad thing to do when you try to get to know somebody.
Sleep. Ain't no movies.
Ain't
no movies.
We doing stuff.
I can't sleep in a movie theater after I paid for it. Hell no.
No.
I would sleep even better.
I don't even
hit that popcorn
I don't do
a
no
couple of times.
movies.
Them lights going to hit.
I'm doing something. I'm doing something that we're interactive or we holding a conversation. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So we probably doing all 3 days. We're doing something. We're interacting with each other that we have no choice but to talk. And then on top of that, it's nothing extravagant. Just something that's just sensible. You
Like
feel
I've
what I'm
never
saying?
been the guy to be like, I'm gonna get her an outfit so we can go out for our
Oh
first
no,
date.
I ain't.
Like,
No,
no. I've never been that guy.
Now,
Like,
if you're paying for her nails, you might as well get her a matching outfit.
If I'm doing that, that's. I mean, we've been dealing with each other. We're dealing with each other at least a year. We're locked in.
You know, how much tricking are you willing to do?
I mean, it all depends. It all depends on what is it that you're wanting to achieve. Now, some of them,
the box. What you mean?
It's just the pussy.
I can't believe you don't take women to movies. That's the best place to feel the box.
I'll tell you the movie.
You gave me a movie thing.
What?
No. You said Fire Stick. Why I'm going to the movies? I got a Fire
To
Stick.
experience a good movie in a theater.
I can't do all this stuff.
Plus, I'm properly vetting this woman. Okay, so we're talking
Look, I
about the
could
first or
properly
second
vet her
date.
ass in my damn house, watching the same damn
I don't
movie.
know this woman to have her just
It's
in
dark.
my house.
It's dark. You can't even talk because everything loud as hell.
That's the
and shit
point.
Like that.
I'm taking a woman to a movie to see how well she shuts the fuck up.
I don't want to go to the movies. I want to see.
That's for her listening comprehension skills.
I got you.
I'm the Starbucks guy. Let's go to Starbucks. Starbucks is reasonable. Everybody likes Starbucks.
Yeah, I'll take you out.
Starbucks.
I'll take you to the bar because then we're gonna get
is different.
We're gonna get a few drinks, goddamn, and I'm gonna see what you all about.
I will take her to the ramen spot because ramen is cheap and it's new. And a lot of women aren't familiar with it.
And it gives off a kind of cultured
look.
Like,
it's inexpensive. A good bowl of pho runs me under $20.
That's because you do that with Mexican then.
Yeah, I do it with Mexican food too. Yeah, I take her to a Mexican, but she's
But
more
Mexican
familiar
food will
with
fuck your
Mexican food.
stomach up if you're trying to keep it pushing.
No. This shit will screw your stomach up
I
too.
get you.
But you take her to the ramen spot because she's less familiar with Chinese food than she is with Mexican food. We've been eating Mexican food growing up. They ain't been eating pho and all that shit. That's new to them. And that bone broth and shit.
Culture.
I got you.
Yeah. So you take her to some place like that.
We've been making tacos forever, dude. Not the real tacos, but we've been making these
I take her
shits.
to the Mexican ice cream parlors where they do the crazy fruit and all that shit, and they put the chamoy, introduce her to some new shit. Most of the foreign food is cheap.
Right.
You know, because the foreign people got to eat it. You can validate whether it's good if you see the nationality at the restaurant eating it. I knew it was official when I saw a bunch of Mexicans at the Mexican ice cream spot. So that's a good way to keep it cheap. Think you're cultured and have her trying something new. So, and it's all, and most of these dates are under $40. That's all I like, unless she greedy and want extra.
Charles said I have to trick off crazy like I got from bill money. I just told her to come pick me up from my job.
Pick up my car from my job. Yeah.
Look, ain't nothing wrong with a little tricking every now and then. If you got it, then throw it out there. You know
what they
I'm
say?
saying?
Ain't tricking if you got it.
Ain't tricking if you got it.
That's one thing I can't do. I cannot let a woman drive my car.
But I'm only going to trick but so much though. These
show
new
for
age dudes, they be doing some extra. I ain't doing all that.
Boy, they giving money away and they ain't never meeting the damn
Look,
woman.
like I ain't doing
you
that.
ain't never meeting her. I'm like, what we doing? Like shit. First of all, I gotta like you to spend some money.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta like you. I don't care how good you look. I don't care how bad your body look. If I don't like you, I'm not spending my money.
The basic to get a little tricking is we gotta be in the same, like in the same, like we gotta be.
I gotta like you.
Well,
I got
no,
outside of liking you, is there got to be some type of sexual compatibility?
Sending these chicks money over the internet. You
hell
met
no.
this chick before? No. You
These niggas.
We gotta be in the same.
These
room.
Yeah,
for me to be doing some
these
tricking.
niggas
like,
on.
Yeah.
They
That's
on,
why I'm like, this different here.
Yeah, it's super different. These niggas look. Women ain't even got. Look, women don't even gotta be in the same room with you. These niggas sit it out. I'm like, how y'all sitting here? Oh, look, and the crazy part about it is they be talking shit. Like, y'all niggas broke. I don't look. He gonna tag. He gonna tag and shit. Yeah, I don't see no dragons and shit. Where these broke ass niggas? Who these niggas up in my damn live and shit? Be tapping in on their egos. Niggas like fuck that shit. This bitch he dropping like about four dragons. That's $50 a piece. So he done spent $200 on a nigga on a bitch that you would never meet.
That's new age tricking. I'll
Did
never
she have look, if she real good. Now I seen some that's real good. She had like about 2,000 up in the live and shit. Got like about 4 niggas inside the box. They all clowning each other and shit, which all of them clowns. You feel what I'm saying?
One clown clowning
clown the next nigga, and she clowning all them niggas. And here you are, you got like 40, about at least if 2,000 people in the live, she got about at least 100 of them dropping about all types of gifts on her ass. I'm like, y'all niggas.
I'm not.
And would never smell the pussy.
I'm not
ever.
that guy. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, dropping like $200.
I've never been that guy. Even if I had the money, I'm not that guy.
Internet tricking. These women out here, if they really want to work they shit, all they gotta do is get on a streaming app and be. I'm not mad either. I'm not mad
at these chicks. Like if these goofies are goofy enough to do this, baby
they
girl,
getting rich by
the
this
money
playing.
you
Look,
can.
they just getting rich by playing some music, sitting in their chair, putting on their makeup, goddamn bounce up and down, let the they chest bounce. I'm like, these niggas be going at it.
Desperation is a
the
serious
thirst is real.
It is, man. That shit true.
Cool. All right. So I wanted to get into music, new music.
Yeah,
okay.
man.
Let's talk about Lil Wayne.
Trash.
Carter 6 dropped Friday. Yeah. I had an opportunity to hear it straight. Dumpster juice.
I'm gonna say this. Remember when West did that, like, you want to be creative thing?
Yeah.
And it's like, didn't really hit where you were trying to go with. You know what I'm saying? This is what that was. And what it is our expectations for Wayne were like, Wayne's gonna drop something.
It's supposed to
And
be.
he didn't even remotely try to meet our expectations.
Nowhere near. And I'm like,
He really said, fuck y'all.
And this is where I have a problem when people try to put him in all-time greats. I can't put him in an all-time great because if you go outside of him, outside of the Hot Boys and shit, his first few years outside of Hot Boys, he ain't been doing shit.
I can't take away Wayne's greatness. I can't, because
why can't you?
In music, only so many artists have runs like he had.
His run was in the 90s.
Nevertheless, he had it. There's so many artists.
But we are 2025.
It was actually in the 2000s.
It was the 2000s. Whenever that song with him,
it was in the 2000s.
When him and Lloyd did You, that was when that run was.
You talking about the Carter and them? Yeah, that's early 2000s.
I'm just saying in general, it was the 2000s.
That's still over 25 years ago.
Nevertheless,
he has a drop. Listen,
it can't
how
take
many?
away
Okay,
his greatness. It doesn't take away Big Daddy Kane's greatness. He dropped
Why?
30 years ago.
Because
great.
But he's still dropping music though. Big Daddy Kane still dropping music. He just doing it differently.
They're all great. It's just this wasn't what we were expecting as an album. The beats were trash.
Nigga just say the shit was whack and get it over
The
with.
whole shit was whack. I ain't even had to listen to it because I saw enough comments that told me what I need to know.
Just say, I don't want to say
it's trash. And this is how
it just didn't meet expectations.
He didn't hit the right. He wasn't taking the right drugs.
Look, you see how motherfucking Drake was trying to expose the industry about the bot shit, right? So when the whole wave on social media, basically everybody's saying that the album was trash, why did you see all on my algorithm? But Wayne album done went over 1 million. Went over 1 million.
Of course, they're going to have those fans, the diehard that they can't do anything wrong. When Jay-Z dropped Kingdom Come, no, Blueprint 2.
No, 3 Stacks, anything in any of these instrumental albums,
like
the flute, the piano.
You know, it's hard to be like to think that your artist is giving
no, it ain't.
Trash.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. As
no,
a
it's
fan,
not.
to get something that you're totally not liking
hurts.
It does, and as a fan,
to come for your artist.
and as a fan, I can be real with my artist. If anybody that I can be real with my artist, that's me, because I'm the fan versus a fair weather fan. So there's been plenty of Nas albums that was like,
Okay, well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's like this. Okay, so
but I'm
boom.
still a fan.
You take your favorite artist tracks, like okay, with me, Jay-Z was doing Reasonable Doubt, then he did the In My Lifetimes and stuff like that, and then we got to Blueprint, then he did Blueprint 2, and I was like, damn, it's hard to say that you're a guy, like you say, you're a guy, like you dropped all these impressive works of art.
So what album? What album you got caught off guard? You saying Blueprint 2?
I didn't think Blueprint 2 was all that, and
lots of people didn't.
Yeah, like I didn't think Blueprint 2, and then I thought Blueprint 3 was,
better than 2,
but it still wasn't. And then I'm like, he's losing his thing. So with Wayne,
and then he can't. If he loses his thing, then he came
got
back.
He got the Holy
Grail. What?
All right.
What?
Then he came back with Kanye, and
that's 444.
The Throne was before 444, I believe. And then 444. Jay-Z got
so those three.
Wayne has been off since 3. Since Carter 3, he's been missing.
That's a long time.
That is.
Yeah.
But
that's over 20. That's all.
His great.
That's
right.
3
So
dope ones, 3 trash ones.
So what I'm saying is, he takes a little hit in as far as all time greats, because from that album that you're talking about, that's over 25 years ago. You feel what I'm saying? So he hasn't really done nothing besides appearing on. What kept his name relevant was he appearing on certain tracks.
Okay.
And he's reminds you of the old Wayne.
This is what makes Wayne great. And I think Hov is the GOAT, but this is why I think Wayne's great, because his discography is crazy, hands down.
Early 2000, right?
Gotcha. No, it up to
what, the Hot Boys?
Well, his discography, just take whatever hit songs he's got.
Okay, all right, gotcha. All right,
his discography is crazy.
I agree with you.
His features crazy.
Oh, no,
mixtape legend. You can't dim Wayne's greatness. He's given some bad albums these past couple times.
The bad albums are coming in the later years though. So everything that you're talking about is in his early years when he was hungry.
That solidified his greatness.
When he was hungry.
That solidified his greatness.
I'm not saying he doesn't have no greatness, but what I'm saying is he's not my top 25.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, he ain't in my top 25.
He ain't in my top 25.
Oh, damn. That's
you
tough.
know how many
Yeah,
I could put ahead of Wayne?
Yeah.
25, nigga. He ain't top 25. And if you really want to be frank, the nigga barely make it top 50.
When it comes to discographies, Wayne has got one of the best ones in hip hop.
I got you. I will take nothing away from him. But if I have to rank him, he's not top 50.
If I'm ranking Wayne, he's 15. He's 15 somewhere within that.
I got you,
that
but
range.
I got 50. I got at least 50 that can go ahead of him.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But I don't think, do we really look at artists now and be like their music further along just solidifies, or their earlier music solidifies where they're at?
No, we expect them to keep, as long as you're in the game, we expect you to keep dropping. Just like how you was hungry in the beginning, we'll expect you to keep dropping until you say you retire.
But
once you get that money, you're no longer hungry.
I get you.
Like that's the whole thing. That's how
feel
music
you,
goes.
but if you love your craft, and we got some legends out here, they still gonna keep dropping regardless how much money they get. Let me make this last point. They may not drop as much as they did in the beginning stages, that I can say. Go ahead.
We say Nas is one of the GOATs, but Nas's claim was solidified in the first 3 albums. Like we rose Nas all the way to the top of hip hop over 3 albums. We're not looking at, what's he on, 10 now? He's somewhere there. And in between all those 10, it's been some duds. We all know that.
There has
but
been.
His earlier work is what vaulted Nas all
Correct.
the way up.
The hunger.
But listen, the key thing which you said, in those 10, he still had a few duds. So that means he still put out some good ones. That's the difference between him and Wayne. Wayne has not put no good ones out since he solidified himself. He's on his.
Between
Let me
Nas
say
and
this
Wayne
part.
to me is that Nas, even though he has the Clue mixtapes, Wayne has a mixtape series. He has a series of his claim to fame is kind of on mixtapes.
Wayne is the reason the music got oversaturated now as it is because of all these goddamn songs he was putting out.
So that's
He
why
had-
Wayne's greatness is kind of solidified.
Yeah, but the thing about it is the key thing what you said about Nas is out of those 10, he had a few duds within those 10. Since Wayne solidified himself, and mind you, out of those 10, this is since the first 3 solidified himself. So that means 7 more since then. Even though he had a few duds, he came out with some good ones. Since Wayne solidified himself, he has not dropped nothing good. He only kept his name relevant because he has that discography featuring on other people's shit. Or he make one song that's like an anthem. That's it.
But give us your review of the album.
Lil Wayne's a rapidy rap nigga. This album where he's just rapping.
He's right though.
No subject matter.
No growth,
no
no nothing.
No nothing. Just words rhyming with words.
You got a song with your son and you're rapping about bitches and,
Look.
all that. Like it's
Charles said Wayne had a song with Bono, so that shows you how bad the album was. He said Wayne hasn't dropped a good album since he got out of jail, and that was a long time ago, and that's facts. It's been over 20 years, 25 years ago.
Thinking it's trash.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
You stepping outside the box.
Right.
We're like, no, it's trash.
That's why he crossing over, because he's trying to he's tapping in the white audience. He know with the black audience, they like, nigga, you done fell off. He tap in with a white audience that keep his ass relevant, i.e. Trump.
It is a couple of good songs on the album. Sharks is good. I think Sharks is a good song.
Peanuts to an Elephant.
Peanuts to an Elephant is alright.
Look how you said. Look how you said it's alright. You try to force. You try to force. No, he try to force himself to say it's alright.
No, because it's a couple of decent songs up there. Like I say, the disappointment.
The whole album
was
trash.
disappointing.
The whole album's trash. Just call it like it is.
Just rapping the rap. There was no focus.
You just
no
put some
subject
shit
matter,
together.
Just bars after bars of nonsensical shit that rhymes. Yeah, I didn't get it, but I mean, at this point, that's what Wayne is, man. He's nonsensical.
Somebody
That's him that's on that lean.
Somebody in his camp should have told him that we might want
Ain't
to.
nobody gonna tell that
Tell
nigga
him
shit.
that. Yeah, he
tell
just
him
doing his own thing, man.
You just do your thing.
Yeah, so in addition to Lil Wayne's
Yeah,
album,
we're just a bunch of haters.
yeah,
It's cool. Like I had to admit, like my favorite artists put out some trash sometimes too.
Yeah, mine's have.
It happens.
Mine's has.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they bounce back though.
Mm-hmm. Well, in addition to Lil Wayne, there were 2 Tiny Desk concerts.
Before we get off Wayne, another problem with Wayne is please stop this fucking auto-tune.
Yeah.
Please stop that. We should have stopped him at Lollipop. Should have stopped it there. We should have stopped it there.
Wayne fault.
Stop with the auto-tune. I'm sorry, though. Go ahead.
Okay, well, what I was going to mention is, yes, during this week, there were 2 new NPR Tiny Desk concerts that came out. Now, the first one I will give props to and say it was banging. It was E40.
I was going to say
Now,
Easy.
E40 came with the band, and he did his thing. He played his
Weebleization.
classics. He played his song. So, shout out to NPR for the E40 Tiny Desk concert because I was jamming to that. However, they misstepped with what I think was the worst one I've seen. Tiny Desk concert with A. Marie.
That broke my heart when I saw you post that.
No, that shit was
broke
trash.
my heart.
Did you? Y'all didn't even look.
I
Nah.
I did
couldn't
listen
even look,
to it,
'cause
but
I
it
love
broke
A.
my
Marie.
heart when you have no idea how hurt I was when he posted that. Like, oh man.
I didn't post anything but the truth. A. Marie came pissing on her Tiny Desk concert, giving you a reminder of Beyonce not having the ability to blackball her, but you heard her vocals live. And I was more disappointed at the background singers because they were off key. And there have been so many performances I've heard where the singer was trash and the background singers would generally come in on key and save them. And they were just taking the whole shit down. And I was like, how do you make the Backyard Band one of the top bands in DC doing go-go? How do you make them sound bad with your off-key singing? A. Marie's voice sounded like some karaoke bullshit.
But it was. And let's go back to that era real quick.
Yeah.
You had A. Marie, Sunshine Anderson. You have all these very attractive women that are doing the same thing. They're all in this lane. And Beyonce's in this lane.
Yeah.
And they're not as talented as Beyonce. And that's just is what it is. That's why Beyonce
I just don't think they
shot
have
to
the
the top of the
machine
lane.
Beyonce had.
They don't have the machine. And
No, they
she
don't.
damn sure ain't got the vocals.
Well, but I thought, because I always thought A. Marie should have been huge. Do you know how fine she was?
That's the best thing she got going for her. She can sing. I'm not gonna say she. It's just that performance was terrible.
But she can't sing like Beyonce.
No, of course not.
She was Beyonce, basically. They were all vying for that same position.
Yeah, so this was. She went through all the jams, so you hear all
Just
the songs.
Like, that's
that's
my joint.
Backyard Band is doing their thing, of course. One of the premier bands. I grew up listening to Backyard, Go-Go, all that shit.
They are the shit.
They are.
The music was fine. It was the vocal, everything. Not just A. Marie, but the background singers. All of them need to be fired. I don't know what happened. I don't know if that's just an off-show performance they had, but that was just god-awful. That shit made me feel bad for her. Because I've been rooting for A. Marie all this time. And then to hear that shit, I get it. Every singer ain't dope live, so... But after
that's terrible,
right?
Yeah,
Some
but
people
that was
can't
beyond
sing like
bad. That was beyond bad.
I always thought A. Marie should have been so much bigger because she was just fine.
I did see the.
Well, then why don't you think that about Christina Milian and all these other fine women?
They couldn't sing.
They couldn't sing.
All these, like you're saying, all these chicks are in this one lane. All of them. All of them.
But why A. Marie?
I
Why
like to
not
call-
Sunshine?
I like to call
She
it
was
Beyonce's
fine.
lane.
Right.
All these chicks are in Beyonce's lane. And it's just, hey.
Well, I did see on Spotify, what's the name's concert down there in Barcelona? Was it Barcelona? Is it Barcelona? Your boy out of Houston.
Out of Houston.
Yeah, what's my man? Travis.
Oh.
I did see Travis Porter. Are you talking
No,
about Travis Porter?
Travis
I
Scott.
saw
man.
Travis Porter, the
He
group.
tripping.
My bad.
Travis Scott. He was down there. He had a concert. What? He dropped.
I like Travis Porter better.
He dropped this new song that he had.
Did I tell you about the time we found out that was a group?
Yo, make it rain, bitch. Make it rain, bitch.
I ain't shit, nigga.
Yeah, I know.
You ever go to think you're going to see one person and three niggas
It's
pop
a three-headed
up?
monster.
Three niggas pop up on the stage.
You know Travis Porter was a group this whole time?
Crazy.
Travis Porter's a group.
Crazy.
I know you
three
talking about
niggas.
Travis Scott.
Right.
But I'm sorry. Little segue. Shout out Banger. We out here at CIAA like, you know what, man?
What year was this?
CIAA was in Charlotte. That's all you need to know.
Which one? I was out there. Every last one of them. I didn't go to the last one.
I was there.
I was there too.
Whenever Travis Porter was big. When Make It Rain, bitch was that song, that's
Bruh.
when they were there.
When I tell you, cause like, all right, cause you always hear the songs and shit. To me, in my ears, like I'm always like, let's go check out this nigga Travis Porter. Man. I want to go see this nigga show because his songs, high energy. I walk up in the club, or not in the club. It was like one of these makeshift tent warehouse parties. Shit was huge, like packed. You know what I mean? Hundreds and hundreds of people. 3 niggas came on stage. And they were each taking turns rapping, nigga. And from that day on, nigga, I've just been just as surprised as myself as ever. I was like, these are 3
Travis
niggas
Porter
that go
were the
by
Migos
Travis
before
Porter.
the Migos.
Yeah.
They were the Migos before the Migos. Just what it is.
Cool. Well, you have anything?
What happened to Travis Scott?
He had a song. He had a damn show in Barcelona, nigga. He had dropped a new song.
I'm okay. before we get to sports, I'm waiting on 3 albums. There are only 3 albums I really care about right now. I'm waiting to hear what Drake got to say on Ice Man. How are you going to come back? The second
What you
album,
mean, how you gonna come back? Oh, just come back in general.
How you gonna come back?
Okay, I got it.
Second album I'm waiting on is J. Cole. Where the fuck is his album?
I thought did he drop
No,
one?
The Fall Off is not dropped yet.
I'm cool with not hearing that.
No, I got to hear it now because I want to see how you're going to come back.
And ain't nothing he can say.
It's weak.
Third album, Griselda. I want to see if y'all are going to do your group album. I'm trying to think of anybody else who I'm waiting to drop something, but nah, those are the only 3 albums I'm really waiting on.
No, I'm just waiting on the clips.
And the clips, I'm sorry. I think that album's going to be great. I really do. I think that's going to be a dope album.
I hope it is because I need some music to look forward to. There's nothing to look forward to. Boldy be just doing too many tracks with too many different artists to where you can't really absorb it because there's another project coming out and some of this, it's not bad, but it's boring.
Boldy is one of the most consistent, dropping. When it comes to dropping music, Boldy does a project every 2 months,
it seems
3
like
months.
every month there's a new Boldy project
Boldy
coming
be
out,
on
which
it.
is fine, but at the same time, I like Boldy.
Oversaturated.
None of the shit he's dropped has ever matched my first Chemistry set. That joint is the one that made me really, really rock with Boldy. But it just seems like for the past couple of releases he dropped, they weren't bad, but they weren't good. They weren't albums I'm going to listen to again. But I think he's talented. I just think he's just putting out too much music. And
Oversaturated.
Yeah, and it's just not good. Sometimes making songs just to make
Let us
songs.
miss you. Let us miss you.
Exactly.
Take a couple of months off, maybe a year, then drop something. Let us miss you. Because like you say, Boldy is oversaturated.
Yeah, because I'm just hearing too much from him, and it's not all bad, but it's definitely not stuff I would listen to after the initial play of hearing it. But yeah, those are my opinions on that. So unless you got anything else, let's move on to sports, because the NBA Finals is doing its thing. I predicted right in terms of ratings.
And I predicted right on the winner. Let's go.
Yeah. So
let's talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
it's the lowest rated NBA Finals in history,
which I knew coming into.
Okay, so watch how it changes up, and
It's not.
It will.
No, it's not.
I do
gonna
believe
change.
after game 2 we'll get more ratings.
Listen,
because of the game 1.
I think this is where y'all missing it. Where as far as the ratings, so y'all looking at it as far as here in the United States. The NBA is not looking at here in the United States. Do you not know how many?
When they give you ratings, they're giving you the ratings that
everybody saw.
Everybody's rated from everywhere. They are.
Because it's including streaming.
They break it down where ESPN, ABC, those numbers are usually garner around the United States. They don't have it because before we even talked about it, I did some research on it, and the numbers hasn't even come out yet.
For what? This
for global viewing, the numbers that was shared, they are for here in the United States only. There's ESPN, ABC. That doesn't calculate global.
So the average for the number 1 grossing NBA Finals was $29 million a game. This one averaged 15.
I understand that. So this is where I'm about to get to. So the NBA is a global brand. So even though you got low numbers here in the United States, you got to look at how many countries that they're licensed to narrate the game, from Seoul, Korea to damn China, all that stuff. So when you add in those markets, it's a lot more bigger than.
Let me run something by you.
How you gonna run something by me?
Conversation.
Yeah, how you gonna run something by me? Because it's a global market.
First,
it's a global brand.
You have the leading people in this series are SGA and Halliburton. Now,
Right.
Halliburton might stir up more interest because you're going to be like, well, damn, how many more game winners can this boy hit?
Yeah.
So a couple more people might tune in to see.
Anybody who watched basketball knows about Halliburton and SGA. So we're talking about, when it comes to the finals, we're talking about grabbing people who doesn't look at the sport on a regular basis and may not know the names that we know. That's what we're talking about here. So when it comes to that, they're not the NBA is the only brand in all the major sports leagues that got hands in other markets all around the world. So even if the numbers are low here in the States, when you add in all the other countries, which is over 150 countries, they license this shit out.
It's still gonna be low.
It's not gonna be low. How so when you got hold on. This is how so wait. How so when they got the biggest market on the fucking planet? They got Asia. Asia's the biggest market.
Any names? You're not giving. We go back to this.
What you mean not giving you names?
There's no household names in this series. None. Not one.
I'm gonna say this again.
SGA isn't household.
For those who watch basketball, know Halliburton and SGA are household names.
They're not household names.
They are household names.
Steph
is
a household name. KD is a household name.
And
Bron is a household name.
Ant-Man is a household
Ant-Man
name.
was the last household name in the playoffs.
And he's really not even a household name. The only reason why he is because of his character. Of his character with a lot of old NBA like him, and they pushing him. But we all seen how he fanned out in the last goddamn 2 Western Conference Finals. If you win the chip, that's all that matters. So I'm gonna say this again. You name me a most valuable player that's not a household name. You have to build your shit somewhere to become a household name. Steph Curry wasn't a household name. When he came out of Davidson, nobody wasn't talking about him. LeBron, he was a different story. He was a different beast because people was talking about him from high school into the NBA and shit like that.
People were talking about Steph from his run in Davidson.
No, they was not. They was in NCAA. They was not talking about him in the NBA like that.
That's where he got his fan base started from. Yes, they did.
That's fan base Davidson and those who watch NCAA basketball.
Jokic your household name?
He is.
Yeah.
Global. He's from another country.
Yeah, I was.
SGA's. He from Canada, a whole nother country. He got a whole nother country that knows why.
I don't think SGA
That's
is a household name.
When you are a global, let's see, this is where you miss it.
But you keep creating this myth that China gives a fuck about OKC and Indiana. They
do. They watch the damn sport.
The normal people that watch the sports will watch it. Yes.
The part that you're missing is if your brand is in the largest market on the planet, those numbers count. And not a lot of teams is over the NFL.
In comparison to
NFL, soccer, baseball.
Hold on, I just want to make sure I understand. So you say, and I just want to make sure I understand it. Just because that they have the capability and the access to broadcast these terrible ass playoff games, this finals game, that more.
Yes,
you're saying that just because all these countries have the capability to broadcast and air these finals, that these people are actually going to tune in to watch it.
If they're tuning in, them numbers count, and then you can see that.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm saying just because that they're airing the finals and all. Let me finish. You can't hear if you're talking.
I can hear it.
Now if you're talking, you can't. Since they're airing, I'm not just going by your word.
Yep.
Just because they're airing the finals in all these other countries, including the states now, and the states ain't even watching it, you really think that just because they're airing in other countries that they're going to watch it just because it's being aired?
Yes.
And that's the thing. This is our sport. If
we're not even watching it here.
Support it like that. We're going to support it.
Yes.
And we're not even watching this shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who ain't watching?
I mean, I'm watching.
Who ain't watching it? You ain't watching it. I'm watching it. You ain't watching it. I'm watching it. And it just
according to Nielsen.
So let me answer your question.
The only ones
no. Let me how the fuck you sit here able to talk about it if you ain't watching it? Okay, then. So don't try to say
I'm watching whoever in the NBA. I watch the finals every year.
According to Buddha and Branson, if it's airing, who's watching it? If it's airing,
that's not what I said. It's airing everywhere,
right? So that means,
but everybody's not tuning into that broadcast.
Let me get something. So let's stick to the argument. The argument is if they have the capability to air it somewhere else. If your TV tunes in on it, I don't give a damn that bitch 5 fucking seconds. They got the numbers that you tune in on it. Those numbers count. That's all I'm just saying.
Well,
and
are you going to compare those numbers to the numbers last year and the year before that? For
you
the
can't.
NBA?
I got a lot of late TV.
We talking about this is what we talking about here.
I might brush across the weather woman or shit.
This is what we talking about here. We talking about two small market teams. That's what we're comparing here. We're talking about here. So what I'm saying is, since this is the first time that we had two small market teams within in our lifetimes, I think it was like early 70s since the last time that
it's
shit
showing.
happens, you have an opportunity here can tell the difference.
Yeah,
that's
but
all
the
I'm
small
just saying.
markets are showing. That's the whole point.
Bro, you know what you're not understanding is, and I'm
Indiana watch.
let me. This is what happened when casual fans talking versus when you add in business in the mix. It doesn't matter. The point, the stats is if I got the capability to reach in all 150 countries, and I'm giving you the numbers. I don't give a damn what you're talking about.
The numbers said
it doesn't
matter what the number said.
It does matter because it's the first time it happened in the last fucking 40 years. It does matter.
Lowest rated.
You're saying these numbers don't matter,
bro. This the first fucking time in your fucking lifetime, yours, and mine, that we see two small market teams fucking battling the finals
with a low viewership.
We don't have no fucking.
The Spurs.
Spurs is not small market. San Antonio is not small market. This is the first time we had a small market team since
the numbers are lying, people.
It's like this.
You can't compare this because this is the first time and within the last 25 years.
It's not a lot of Thunder fans or Pacer fans.
It's more people in the world.
It's not a lot. It's nobody on that court that really anybody cares about like that will bring you in to watch the game because of said person. There's nobody on the court that draws that much attention. Like I said, the last one up.
Who are the international superstars? Because SGA is from Canada.
Is from Canada.
He's from Canada.
The fuck?
What, Lou Dortz is from.
He's somewhere.
I was gonna say Siakam is probably
Siakam. He's from Africa. So it's a lot of international players, and most of
this shit's still low.
most of the people that's been winning the most valuable player has been international players.
Okay, we're gonna get off that. Let's
get off of it.
The game. What I've seen that Indiana
nobody watched.
Learned. Indiana
you didn't watch.
I watched it. I was one of the.
You didn't watch it.
But anyway, what Indiana has learned through these playoffs, which I think Indiana, if they win, has made one of the best playoff runs of all time.
They ain't gonna win.
Right now, it looks like they're going to win.
They're not going to win, even though they lost. Even though they won game one, they're not going to win. But go ahead, I'm gonna let you finish.
I think that if Indiana wins, this will be one of the greatest playoff runs in the NBA of all time.
You can say that.
The Bucks. Mm-hmm. You beat the Cavs. Mm-hmm. You beat the Knicks.
Yep.
Then you beat the Thunder.
Okay,
beat the Thunder.
Correct. I agree with you. But they ain't gonna win though.
I don't know, because
not.
Once I start going down my list of, we didn't have the breakdown of SGA is the best player on the court, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay. After SGA, who's the next best player on the court?
Gerald Williams.
Doesn't matter the team.
I said Williams.
Halliburton. Halliburton's the next best player on the court. Who's the third best player on the court?
You go to Siakam.
Who's the fourth?
Williams from
Turner. So
no, Williams on OKC is better than Turner.
Than Miles Turner?
Yes.
I don't know about that one.
He was an all-star.
He's an all-star. Turner wasn't. So
Halliburton wasn't an all-star.
And he made all NBA too.
I don't think Halliburton was an all-star.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I'm like.
He was. Halliburton was an all-star.
Remember, he went to the Olympics, so he was
he was an all-star.
Because you went to the Olympics.
The thing is, like I was saying, you have household names on the teams. You feel what I'm saying? And this is the reason why.
On what team?
Either team. But this is the reason why I say OKC is going to win the series. This is the first time in NBA history that we saw a team cause another team to turn the ball over 25 times in the first half. Like, let that sit out there. When have you ever seen a team that turn a team over 25. That's the amount through a whole game, and that's a bad game for an entire game to lose to 25 turned over 25 times. And the fact that Indiana won because of that, they're not going to do it again. What happened was OKC wasn't hitting shots. William was not hitting shots, and SGA, he wasn't SGA. He can't because I'm about to get. If you let me finish my point about it, SGA wasn't efficient because he shot over 25 shots. And anytime you shooting over 25 shots and your second man, which is Williams, not shooting shots, you're not gonna win. The OKC did not hit shots because if they hit shots, them 25 turnovers, that's a 30-point blowout.
If you don't turn over the ball, then. There's so many variables.
OKC is the top-rated defense in the NBA.
What I've seen throughout these playoffs is that Indiana consistently gets you to the fourth quarter, regardless of where they're at, and humps you down.
And I'm saying I seen throughout the playoffs, doesn't matter what fucking team OKC play, they lock down and they hit shots, you get blown out the door by 30 points.
I didn't see that.
I seen that. I seen that. I seen that.
I saw them lose.
So what?
And I said,
so what? So what? But they're not going to win a series. That's the whole thing.
We'll see.
They did not. The thing that you keep missing about it, Indiana made their run in the fourth quarter.
Like
if you look,
series.
If you look at the damn shot, OKC did not hit shots. Like I said, if they hit half the shots they missed, the game is over with, dog. The OKC control the whole game.
The Knicks can say that.
That is the game of basketball.
Bro, 20-point leads.
No, not like that. I'm not saying it like that. But the way you're trying to word it, nigga, this is why they're in the playoffs.
What you mean? How I'm trying to word it?
This is. If a few more shots had no fucking shit.
They didn't make shots.
No fucking shit.
Okay, then. So if you didn't make shots and the other team did, they get to chip in the fucking lead.
And that's like these people who did turn on the TV shots, and did turn on the TV do not watch these finals.
The defense had them on lock.
New York, the Knicks are saying the same thing.
The Knicks is not OKC neither. The Knicks ain't got a historically defensive team in the NBA. Like I said, I promise you they won't win a series. So I'm done with that. OKC wins it in 6.
You were saying 5 the other day.
So what? They down 1 now, so I got up. You know what?
Don't let
leave it at 5. Leave it at 5. We can leave it at 5. They're not losing the series.
Because you bring.
They're not losing the series.
The Ryan Hollins.
They're not losing the series.
You give a wild take like they're
wild take.
Lose.
What's this fucking wild when it's facts that OKC historically blows out any team in the NBA by 15 points.
If they had made more of those missed shots, they wouldn't be in
What's that? What's
1-0.
So what? He hit a shot. SGA missed a shot. He comes back down to hit a shot. SGA hit the shot. What are we talking about? It's a miss and make lead. They didn't hit their shots. If OKC hit their shots, we ain't even talking about Halliburton game-winning shot. That's all I'm just saying, bro.
He bounced the ball. He bounced the ball. He bounced the ball. He bounced the ball. He bounced the ball.
Up to this point, every one of them.
SGA came down, missed the damn mid-range shot that he normally hits. He missed it. Okay, that's the Cavs. But listen, and the Cavs was hurt. The Cavs was hurt. They had all 3 of their starters that didn't even play the first game. You got your best big man. He got a twisted ankle. You got your damn your second point guard. He got a thumb. He got a toe issue. Then the guy that you traded for, he injured his thumb. So your 3 best player is hurt. So that means Donovan had to do more than he normally had to do. So he got worn out. Okay, you can't explain that. We can explain when the injuries happen. That's what the fuck happened. But I promise you, OKC gonna win this series.
Lots of talk. Now, Robin is saying in the chat, she says she'd put her money on Indiana, and she don't even normally bet. And
we're going to see how this series play out. Right now, it's 1-0 Indiana.
And Charles says he believes the 2004 Pistons had the toughest run to a championship.
I have to go see.
Right, because they beat the Lakers.
Yeah. And they whooped their ass like five games.
Because Kobe was making a contractual point. That's the year that him and Shaq was beefing about who fucking team is going to be.
Who was their path to the? That's what I'm saying is the Pacers' path to the NBA Finals was the Bucks, the Cavs.
Are we really going to say the Bucks? They had Damian Lillard hurt. So, I mean, then if you get to the Cavs, I just said their 3 best players on the team hurt. Then when you get to the Knicks was a grind out. The Knicks fumbled that shit.
Let me run something by you real quick. Every NBA champion that you can name, they all had luck getting there. Golden State, the years that Chris Paul always got hurt, and the Clippers could never beat them because
this
Chris
is their
Paul
year they
always
get
hurt.
luck, right?
Every NBA team who's been a champion has got a little luck.
I got you. But they ain't beating OKC, I'll tell you that.
They ain't being OKC.
I'll tell you that.
Okay, so the other news in the NBA this week was the firing of Tom Thibodeau in New York, and that leads to a lot of questions of who is the Knicks' next coach. Now, earlier today, I did see that the Knicks asked the Mavs for permission to talk to Jason Kidd.
They said nope.
Yeah.
And then Rick Pitino, he said nope.
Yeah,
then Jay Wright, he said nope. So the ones they gonna focus and hone in on is Mike Malone. Then you got matter of fact,
can you throw Mark Jackson name out, or we can just stop mentioning? Okay, I was just seeing,
just checking.
Mike Malone, you still all the coaches, all the people that was coaching at Phoenix, they got fired. You got Budenhauser, motherfucker, Monty Williams. I mean, take your fucking pick.
I don't like the firing. Like, it's not like the Knicks were like, you made it further than we thought y'all were going to make in the first place.
That is true.
You made a great run. You fired the guy who pretty much got y'all there.
It's the style of play.
So who's going to get you over the hump?
It's the style of play.
And who's to say you're going to get over the hump? You might take a step backwards now.
Well, they figure with all the moves that they made, they supposed to be going over the hump.
Yeah,
and
I see them going over.
I'm saying going. It's the style of play, because what's the biggest hit? What's the biggest knock that's been on Thibodeau? Is the fact how he grind his players down. He grind his play. Now we remember when we came up that if a nigga balled out for 48 minutes, you want every fucking minute that you possibly can to get out there on the court. Now it's a bad thing to play your players hard. So his knock has been he been grinding out his players. And when it comes to the playoffs, they're tired, they're worn down, they're hurt, and you don't have a deep enough bench like how Indiana, they went 10.
It's not like the Knicks were going to the playoffs, winning that many playoff games before. They weren't that damn tired.
I'm just saying, it's not like the Knicks were like
Why wasn't they? They beat the defending champs.
When? This year?
Yes, they beat Boston.
Boom. So you've only been really in this situation
2 years in a row.
Okay, boom. So you ain't really been in the playoffs that much to be like, ooh, we're so tired and stuff like that. Like, I'm not buying that
since he's been there, they've been to the playoffs 4 to 5 last 5 years. And they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals since the last
17 playoff games under Tibbs. Had only won 7
it's
playoff
the style
games
of play.
up to that point.
It's the style of play. It's the style of play. You look at, as an executive, you look at your two best player, Cat and motherfucking Brunson. What would they had in common? They was tired. And since he have a short bench,
zesty.
Since he got
Cat just zesty.
You be killing me with this damn zesty.
He is though. Go down there and
I'm just saying though.
Go down there and play some ball.
I'm just saying.
Remind me of Chris Bosh. Like y'all got. You're a big nigga, dog. You're a big nigga.
How are you tired from taking threes? Nigga, yo big ass taking threes. How are you tired? No, you're not banging.
He's out of shape. I get it to you. He out of shape.
Banging.
The nigga out of shape. I mean, the nigga out of shape. But when you banging against somebody that's in shape, nigga, you gonna get tired.
You shooting.
If you banging against somebody that's in shape on defense, you are tired.
I ain't gonna say that because what you call it ain't a banger either. Miles be out there jacking.
Yeah, Miles Turner, he's the same thing. But he don't be out there crying about shit and whining.
Come on, Miles.
not as much.
Don't do Miles
Not as
like that,
bad.
man. He'll do something, bro.
I'm just saying, like, the tire thing, yeah, but come on. Thibodeau has brought y'all the most success that y'all have had in the past couple of years.
But when you the thing is, if you replace him, can you replace him with somebody that's better?
Man, these niggas
Yes,
got
you
soft,
can.
man. Everybody done got soft.
Who are you going to bring in that's got
Mike Malone, champion. Budenhauser, champion. I mean, what's my man that coached the Lakers? Champion.
Mike Brown?
No.
saying like Mike
damn.
Malone ain't get fired mid-season. Like
He got fired at the end of the season. 3
Nevertheless,
days
you got
before
fired
the-
in the season.
So what?
Like, if I'm thinking of taking a coach, I'm looking at a coach
who's better than Thibodeau. Vogel. Yeah, Frank Vogel. You got three former championship coaches that's out here.
So
you
why
got
is
Frank
they coaching
Vogel,
somebody's
Mike
team?
Budenhauser, and Mike Malone.
Why are they coaching somebody's team? That former
Because they was with the
championship don't
Phoenix
hold.
Suns.
Yeah.
They was with the Phoenix Suns who
That former
who have
champ don't
who
hold
have
for
an
coaches in the
overzealous owner. That's why. You have an overzealous owner that think they're gonna come in and throw money everywhere and fuck up what they have. This is what you got. You got 3 coaches that was fired. 2 of them won chips.
I hope the Knicks make it further than they did this year, because if they don't, and you fire Tibbs because you're thinking they're going to be the NBA champions, please don't regress next year.
Well, you heard
Please
what
don't
you
regress.
heard what management said. They gonna want to win a chip for the fans. They saw how the fans was crazy out in the streets when they was winning shit like that. They was running off that vibe, so
wanna
they
know who
know
fans
they
are
got
crazy
to get
too,
out
waiting
there
for
and
a
put
chip?
something out there. Say what?
You want to know who else fans are waiting? Damn near everybody. The Hornets are waiting. We
Salivating. Hornets never won one.
No shit.
So
That's the
we
point.
the Knicks won one. We
That's
talk,
my point.
we
You
talk
talking
about
for the
teams that
fans,
won,
nigga,
and
yeah.
we talk about a big market team versus a small market
The
team.
Knicks ain't ever won, so it's not like
They won in '72.
Well, you ain't fed the fans since '72. Stop.
I'm just saying they got but they won it. They a big market team.
They're a big city.
They're a big market team.
Like I say, the Knicks.
They got 3 coaches out there that got chips that they can go after.
I mean,
And
Mike Malone.
they're better. They're better than Thibodeau.
But
if you're gonna make the move, you make a move
if I
with a
was
coach that's
hiring-
better than him.
If I was hiring, I'm calling Mark. I'm calling Mark. If I'm hiring, call Mark. Without a doubt.
Jackson.
Yeah. Give me Mark.
Give me past the Jackson.
That's
Let's
the
go.
reason why his ass ain't in the league.
It don't. Hey, that's fine. But if it was-
Because he has
That's why the
issues.
Knicks will never win a chip, because they won't hire Mark Jackson. Same reason the Hornets won't, because we won't hire Mark Jackson.
That is true. So this leads to another issue of KD being a free agent and
you got a whole lot as free agent.
Yeah, but there's been KD rumors talking that he might be going to San Antonio.
I got a question.
No, this
Yeah.
interest
I got a
is
question.
interest in the Knicks.
I got a question.
Him and the Knicks.
Does anybody really care?
Not anymore.
Does anybody care?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a sideshow wherever it goes.
You don't care.
Yeah,
KD has let this man down. KD's let several teams down. Don't
He had
nobody
to
care
remind
about
us.
KD.
Actually, they do. People still do. They do. He's still a big name out there, dog.
Yeah.
He is
a big name. He's a household name.
16,
He is. You're right.
thank
Yeah,
you.
he is.
6'9", 6'10", still can hit that 3 mid-range shot anywhere on the court. Got hands like a motherfucker. Nah, you ain't gonna do that.
So
He petty.
I get you.
what's
But
he petty
You
about?
can't go back and forth with fans, nigga. That's petty.
Shit.
That's child.
He got
Hell,
more
nigga.
smoke for
his
the
interactions
look. He
ain't
got
negative.
He got
This
more
is what I'm
smoke for the
saying.
fans than he do his own
And you don't
teammates.
have that aura no more.
You don't have that.
He
killer-
never had that aura.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
What
did.
aura
When he was in Oklahoma City, oh
aura
yeah,
he
he
had?
did.
With Oklahoma State.
You
Oklahoma
cannot
City,
touch this nigga,
Golden
dog.
State, he had an aura.
What was the
about
aura?
him.
What was the aura?
But when he
Go
left,
get it.
When he left
Go
Golden
get a
State,
bucket.
On the court.
Go get the
On the
bucket.
court.
When he left
That's
Golden
it.
State, that era, that aura has steadily.
Then he started responding to all these damn tweets.
Steadily
He need to
diminished.
respond to them damn his teammates.
He don't need to respond to nothing.
He need to respond to his damn teammate. Then you want to
need to
get
keep his ass
respond.
in
He
the gym
got
and
too
keep
much
his head
energy
down.
for the damn fans and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
He got
his
too much
focus is
energy
off.
for the
Kobe
fans.
would never.
Would never.
Kobe would have never.
Never. Never.
I don't think all his interactions with the fans are bad.
No, it's not.
I think it's because
he's wasting his energy.
Why are you giving fans?
Why are you giving a fan that type of energy?
Why not?
He's sensitive. He's sensitive.
Okay, Erykah Badu.
He's sensitive. He cares about what people say about him.
Zesty's the word we're gonna watch.
No, we not.
You play
no,
ball.
no. Hold on.
That's just sensitive.
No,
you can be sensitive about your shit. That's fine.
You know what? We gonna put some
You gotta leave that
guidelines
shit
on this
alone.
damn word zesty. You can't put zesty on every damn thing because a man have an emotional
They
outright.
got a picture of Karl Anthony Towns looking real zesty in that game.
What?
You saw it. You saw it. You saw it. Everybody saw that picture.
Okay, what
Don't smile it off, nigga.
You saw that picture, didn't you?
Don't just smile it off, though,
Listen,
nigga.
man, I'm just saying, we just got to put some damn parameters around this word zesty. If a man have a clap back, he can clap. Nigga, he can clap back. Shit, he got fucking feelings too.
That's.
She got feelings too, man.
Okay.
We ain't no fucking robots, right?
Where you want to see KD wind up at?
Yeah,
I like to see him in the Knicks because
yeah,
the Knicks would fit him because it takes the pressure off of him.
He would not survive in that fucking media. He can't survive in that media, nigga. He's already showing
to
it.
what I'm saying.
He's responding to tweets. What you think he's gonna do in the media?
Listen to what I'm saying. We just got finished pointing out some shit about him.
Already got that nigga up out of Brooklyn.
He's sensitive.
Okay. You already got him up out of Brooklyn.
And he's not an alpha on the team
anymore.
He's never been an alpha on the team. Never.
Dude, them OKC
He's
days,
never been Westbrook and motherfucker Serge Ibaka, and then was the alphas on the team.
Let me say this.
KD got it because he was a scorer.
If he happens to go to New York,
He's not a dog though.
Not anymore.
Never
neither
been.
New York teams.
The game is a dog, but his personality not.
If he goes to New York and he doesn't win neither of
exactly.
those New York teams a chip,
He's not going to make it in New York.
But this is the reason. This is the reason why
he was just in Brooklyn,
right? And this is the reason why
I'm telling you, niggas.
And he got a better team. Yeah, he would have a better team in the Knicks than he did in Brooklyn. If you really want to be, yeah. You got choke artist Harden. The only killer on the team was Kyrie.
well, you got to think if you go to New York, who you think going to be there?
You got
play with Brunson.
Brunson and Cat.
Everybody else gotta go.
Brunson.
Who else gonna be there?
Brunson
Besides
and
Mitchell, maybe.
No, Brunson and Cat will be there.
Oh, Cat gone.
No, he's not. They know he's
There
not.
is no-
This is the reason why he's not going. They just traded for him, number one, and they have a rule whereas you can't up and trade somebody else like a year later. They just traded for him this year. So if anybody I see,
You don't have the assets to get.
Yes,
KD
they got.
Who?
They got some assets. They got some.
Who?
They got some.
Who?
Anunoby.
Boy, don't you dare tip me
Anunoby.
Anunoby.
He's a two-way
With who?
player.
With who?
And some young assets, and they got some second-round draft picks. They got. Listen, Phoenix have no draft capital. Let's get that straight. They have no draft capital. So whoever gives out the best draft capital with some players attached to KD, that's where he
I'm not
going.
even looking at New York. San Antonio, who y'all got? Who y'all want to send me?
San Antonio.
'Cause I know I got
San
five,
Antonio might
and-
want to go for Giannis.
Stephen
They
Castle.
probably got Vassell or Cass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
They're not coming up on Castle.
just saying,
they're
like-
not. They're not giving. They're
For
not
KD,
coming off him.
I might. I
No,
got
they are.
Fox.
They
For
already.
Fox.
They already said he's untouchable. They not. Castle ain't going nowhere.
Well, then they get rid of
and I was about to say, I
Fox ain't going nowhere neither. They just traded for him.
don't even want KD
You got.
like that.
You got other
Is
players.
he worth it? Like
they got other players
all
on the
his
team,
baggage
and they
that
got
he
draft
brings,
capital.
Is he really gonna be worth it still?
Who?
KD.
We talk about LeBron.
I mean, if you talking about it,
And he's not even old. It's just the baggage that he's gonna bring with him.
that's why I said New York will fit him.
Oh, shit, New York and fix that don't
It
even
would.
go together.
That's what I'm saying. It would because he got dogs around
Send
him.
that nigga down and fucking
He
Udonis
got
half
dogs
in
around
Miami or
know
something.
that New York media. That sports
He's already
media
done. He's
is
already done. He's
relentless.
already had experienced that in Brooklyn, so he knows about it. He's not like he's going in something
Tore his
new.
ass apart. Obviously, that's why
They
he got
tore
up
his
out
ass
of there.
apart because he didn't have. He
Missed the shot. His foot was on the line, and he missed the shot.
Kyrie got hurt. If Kyrie didn't get hurt,
My nigga,
if Kyrie didn't get hurt,
you wanted
and
to
his
be in
foot
Brooklyn with
missed
Kyrie.
a shot, they would have been in
That's what
possibly
you told
Eastern
him.
Conference Final.
You wanted to come
What
out
you
here
say?
with
You the
Kyrie,
one who
and
brought-
you wanted to come
feel
out
you.
here
I
and
get
hold
what
it
you're
down for
saying.
the fort.
I get
Okay,
what
your
you're
man
saying.
went down, nigga. It's on you.
All right.
It's on you. You missed the shot.
Well,
Your foot was on the line,
I
nigga.
get
You
what-
missed the shot.
I don't see him in. I don't see him in Spurs though.
All right, we're gonna move on because we still got topics left.
Okay.
It's 12:30.
Well, yeah. I wanted to discuss the Mike Beasley versus Lance Stevenson one-on-one. Did y'all check that out?
I did, and we knew Lance Stevenson could not
too
beat
small.
Mike Beasley.
It's not even. And he's entertainment. He's just entertainment value.
He's
small.
a baller.
Yeah,
Like,
Lance
he
Stevenson is just. He's like an internet baller, yo. Lance Stevenson is like an internet baller. He just wants to view and to show off and be all flashy and
He's
shit.
been a walking bucket since Kansas
Might need all that
State.
shit.
This
Play
boy
basketball.
is a walking bucket, left-handed bucket,
Yeah, and he lefty.
left-handed.
That left
bucket
hand
at
shit.
that.
They don't understand how wicked a left hand basketball player really
And
is.
he's 6'11". Stevenson ain't have a chance in hell. And they put
Beasley
money on that.
6'11"?
I thought he was
I thought he was
6'8".
6'8".
Oh,
Well, he's still taller than him because Stevenson ain't number like 6'4".
but still, man.
Stevenson ain't have a chance in hell.
Them inches means a lot.
So this happened on the YouTube channel, The Next Chapter, and of course the winner gets 100K, which is Michael Beasley's now. There was also a undercard of different players playing one-on-one, none of which were NBA caliber, which is why it didn't garner as much interest as that. And I liked it. I saw it live. And to me, it had the epitome of what street basketball was, not just the game.
And entertainment value, too.
But there was the traveling, no calls, dude who ran on the court and security came out with the guns tucked. I was like, oh, this is some real street ball shit. These niggas got heat on them. It was about to light boy's ass up when he tried to run up on, I think it was Mike Beasley. Or no, it might have been Lance Stevenson.
That might be a little lane. That might be a lane. Like, you might want to see guys play one-on-one.
Yeah, I do. I want to
because you already got
you want to see that.
Marbury and Jennings going back and forth.
He does not want none of. He does not want none of Steph.
Yeah,
and Teague going back and forth with Jennings too.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, but he don't want none of Steph. He don't
Yeah,
want none of the
Marbury.
Coney Island Express. No.
Yeah,
Steph will put him on his hip.
Are you realizing Steph is 50?
I'm about to say Steph kind of old now. Like
and
Starberry is not the same.
But he popping that shit like, nigga, I will slaughter
Steph
your ass
still
out there.
strong,
He
though.
said I'll slaughter you on
And I'm
that
just thinking
court.
about for my own. Man, I just think about my knees, boy, my shins.
All you got it's a 1-on-1, so you pacing that shit.
Yeah.
I know, but
It ain't like you running up and down the court. You have court.
it don't matter, nigga.
And Steph's still
You just-
big. Steph's still a big dude. Like, Steph will put him on his hip and probably just post him
Niggas
up
still
all the
working
time.
out after
And he's
age
not
50
as small
now.
as niggas think either.
Who, Steph?
Yeah.
Oh, Steph is huge.
Yeah, that's a big
He
dude.
about as tall as I am.
Yeah. So
But can jump to the. Well, he
He
used
used
jump
to. That's what I was saying.
Boom.
Nigga, like, I just think about my knees and my shins.
Steph
Like,
was
oh,
different. Like, people,
yeah.
if you didn't see Stephon Marbury play, like, oh my god,
You miss.
yeah.
yeah, you missed some legendary shit. So hopefully this is the first of many future episodes because I enjoyed the vibe. I enjoyed the game. I'm just hoping to see more NBA players want to take advantage of this opportunity.
After they retire.
Take
Not
part in
Not
it.
while they playing.
No, nigga, do it in the off season.
No, they not doing that shit. Because you talking about it's affecting their brand. They
Yeah,
not
but
doing that.
we got enough retired ballers that you.
Yeah, you can do that.
You'd want to see.
You can do that.
Tracy McGrady,
Yeah,
throw him
you
in.
can do
Like,
that.
There's enough
You can do this enough.
retired
Yep.
ballers that you'd want to see.
Oh, before we get off the NBA, they are changing the All-Star format. So as of
Again?
next year, it's going to be Team USA against Team World.
Oh, world is about to whoop their ass, boy. Oh, because that's going to be Jokic, Giannis, Luka,
Siakam,
SGA.
SGA.
SGA is considered part of the world.
Yeah, Canada.
If Embiid play,
I
Embiid
thought it
played
was
for the
gonna be
United
North
States.
America or something.
Yeah, he still.
Embiid might play for the world.
Yeah, Canada is considered the world.
Oh,
So let's see, Steph on his back end, LeBron on his back end. You got Halliburton.
KD on his back end.
KD on his back end. You got Halliburton.
Brunson.
You got Brunson. Cat.
and,
Cat.
and
Ant. Who else?
Tatum.
Tatum.
Coop
Brown.
gonna be there. Coop gonna be there.
Oh,
Flag
Cooper
gonna be
Flag.
there. Flag gonna be there.
no, he not first year. You
I
got
think Flag's gonna make the All Star team.
nah, not first year.
I got
if they picking world team US, then you got motherfucking what's the name? It's only 15 players you got to pick. So my man from Cleveland, we just Spider-Man
Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell, I mean, we got some boys that can goddamn.
Question for y'all before we get off basketball. What happened? I was so high on Scoot Henderson.
So yeah,
What
Team
the hell
USA
happened to
and
him?
Team World.
What the hell happened to him?
Scoot Henderson. He went to Portland, right?
Yeah, he in
I was
Portland.
so high on him. I was like,
He's in Portland. He just, they making strides. They barely missed the playoffs. So they made improvements to where they extended Chauncey Billups. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for Portland next year.
more than Charlotte.
Yep. Sadly true. More than Charlotte.
Oh yeah, and as mentioned in the chat, they said Cat would be in the world since he's repping the DR.
But I think
And that explains everything.
okay, well, we still got enough U.S.
He's not
players.
zesty.
He's
androgynous.
We got it. This nigga here, boy.
Wimby,
The U.S.
Wimby on the world, like we
So
might
what?
not
I
be able to fuck with the
mean,
world.
the U.S. got that. I mean, come on now. We got some ballers now. Don't try to Jason Tatum, Brown, Mitchell, motherfucking Brunson, fucking. I'm not even adding LeBron or KD or Steph. I'm
Is
not even
Banchero? Is Banchero?
Ben Carroll, yeah, you can put him up there. That nigga a beast. Ben Carroll. I mean, damn, nigga,
Cade
like
Cunningham.
Oh
yeah,
you know
Cade
that's my-
Cunningham, he a
Cade's
beast.
My guy.
I mean, shit, you got some
Melo?
ballers. Who?
Yeah.
You got the shooter.
LaMelo.
LaMelo.
Yeah, you can put LaMelo up for entertainment. Yeah.
Ja?
Who?
John Morant.
Yeah, you can put him up there.
The shooter.
Zion, if he's
No,
healthy.
Zion if he's healthy.
When
That's
Zion's
such
on
a
the floor, he's an
he is
all-star.
such a letdown,
I know.
man.
I mean, so in other words, the U.S. got some players that they can.
Oh yeah,
they,
we definitely got players.
we got players. So in other words, it's going to change. This whole format is going to change because they saw how the hockey when they did this, how U.S. and Canada, the world teams, and the feedback they got off on it. So this is the way to basically
You want,
saying you want to get run off the court, U.S. team.
Jokic and Luka play on the same team. I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, I
like
mean,
that.
it's
But
well,
it's to push the U.S. players to care about the sport because the All Star is losing viewership. So if this is like the last hurrah before they just do away with it,
with the All-Star.
Damn, I don't want to see the world dusty.
I do. I want it. No, this gonna make the U.S. play hard.
Yeah,
That's all.
because they don't want to get
These
embarrassed.
niggas is too entitled, man. I just think the whole generation of everything is
Yes,
just
it
everybody's
is.
just entitled, man. They got soft and they feel entitled.
They're getting their praise before they win the chip.
All right.
All right. So yeah, last topic. I wanted to discuss the NFL.
Oh man,
Thank God for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh signed they officially?
He's officially on the-
okay,
he's
so
on the
Aaron
squad.
Rodgers
he
is
wearing number
officially
8.
Steelers. Are y'all excited?
No,
Fuck no.
But who's the backup there?
Rudolph Mason.
Mason. That's it. 'Cause I remember y'all discussing them last
Mike
week.
Tomlinson doesn't deserve this. Mike Tomlin doesn't deserve this.
No, he don't.
He doesn't
don't.
deserve this foolishness. He doesn't.
You done brought this parade.
It just goes to show his greatness that he has to deal with the BS.
You done brought a
So
parade.
if he had something that was
Man,
stable,
my mom don't deserve this.
Tomlin already got to deal with the foolishness in Pittsburgh. Ain't really got nobody on the team, stuff like that. Always have a winning record somehow. And now you got to deal with Aaron Rodgers, man.
Yeah, his diva ass.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for mine.
So we got so I got something like on college. Michigan offered Charles Woodson Jr. son a scholarship to play for him. You know, Charles Woodson, Michigan great,
Heisman.
played the Heisman Trophy winner, three-way player at Michigan and stuff, and he had a Hall of Fame career at NFL, the Raiders, the Packers. Who else he played for? I think like 3 teams he played for.
Yeah.
Those 2 is noticeable. But Michigan has offered his son a scholarship to play there. Derrick Carr, yeah, he's retiring because you know his shoulder and shit. We're gonna have a clip, but I hope we get it. But there's the Asante Samuels and Deion Lewis fiasco. We talked about it about a little over a week ago. they had Deion came on Sante's podcast, and they discussed that, and it was how the question was worded to Deion, how he answered it, and basically what they're saying is, for those who know about football, you got two different types of corners. You got the systematic corner that, you know, they have a system and stuff, and you got the shutdown corner, which Deion was probably one of the last ones to ever do it, meaning you lock that man up, and everywhere you go, that's where you at. And what Deion was saying, like, he was considered the best because it's been probably over a couple of years that teams didn't even throw to his side. You know what I'm saying? At all, because he just took half the field away, and numbers can get obscured because of that. Because if you don't get enough breakup passes and this and the third, you know, your numbers is not going to show it. Whereas in Asante Samuel's case, he played in a system for the Patriots, and because he was a zone off ball corner, the numbers, he was able to get the numbers that he got, even though they both in their right way, in their own right, are Hall of Fame corners. Outside of that, we had reported, we was talking about all these anonymous sources leading up to the draft, talking about Shador and how about he was unprofessional and that he wasn't prepared for his interviews. As a Hall of Famer, like I've been saying the whole goddamn time, stop listening to these unnamed sources, because that's exactly what it is. Unnamed sources. They don't want to put their damn name on it. I of the mind was talking this whole entire time. There's no way that Shador is showing up to these interviews that was being described with the chain on, worrying about minuscule things, and he wasn't not professional. In the interview, Deion was discussing that, you know, his son been since Jackson State, he been around 6 different offensive coordinators. 6. So he know how to carry himself of offensive scheme as well as professionalism when it comes to interviewing for it. So when discussing about it, you know, like I said, Deion, he really set the record straight. So that's why I'm like, these unnamed sources, we need to stop giving them hype, because if you ain't man or woman enough to put your damn name on it, it shouldn't be repeated. Outside of that, in the WNBA, we have Ionescu. The Liberty is 8-0. She hit 400 threes, fastest in WNBA history in 151 games. She hit 400 threes. So that's what I have for the WNBA. As far as boxing, Keyshawn Davis, he missed weight by 4.3 pounds, and he loses the WBO lightweight title. He had it against Edwin de los Santos, so that fight is now off. We had a Tio and Hard. What's my man name? Oh my God, just had it on the tip of my tongue.
Tio and Hart.
No. My boy that lost to Garcia last year. What's his name? God.
Lost to Ryan Garcia.
Lost to Ryan Garcia last year. Anyway. Devin Haney. Devin Haney and Tio fight is not on. For some reason, they couldn't come up with an agreement. In college, the judge has approved a record-setting $2.8 billion settlement, meaning colleges, as of next year, this upcoming school year, can share like a $20 billion revenue share directly with college. So that means colleges is paying athletes directly. You know what I'm saying? So they probably have sports agents and everything. Also in college, we have our first $1 million softball pitcher, Kennedy. Her name is Kennedy. She plays for Texas Tech.
All right, we shout out Coco for winning the French Open today. Hey. Shout out Coco Golf for winning the French Open.
Can I get through my sports segment? Damn, man, I'm saying, bro, what we doing? I'm touching base on all sports. Ball. So yeah, shout out to Coco for winning the damn French Open. She's doing the damn thing. Outside of that, yeah, that's about it. You know what I'm saying?
You did your sports thing?
I'm done.
I caught the end of your sports rant and just shouted out Coco. That's all I did. Giving her
I was getting there. I was getting there.
First black woman to win the French Open since Serena.
Right, I was getting there. But go ahead though, you got it.
Cool. Well, y'all have any other topics to cover?
No.
Okay, well, it's been a good 3-hour, 3-minute show.
For all the parents, get ready for them kids next week because they out of school.
Out of school.
They out of school. No more school buses to deal with in the morning.
Y'all better have them summer
The
program.
buses, it's the parents driving these little niggas, and it's the kids getting out of school once they get. Like, this shit is all stupid, man. Like my rant. Why the fuck you gonna unleash all these student drivers onto the world at the same time and then be like, oh, please be patient. I'm a student. Man, fuck that. Fuck that. Okay.
Why fuck?
LLP.
Once again, happy birthday to my
Comments,
sister.
like, share.